over 70% of Biafrans are in diaspora. We have been chased out of our lands. We have been chased out of hope. The zoo have chased us away, but we will soon come back. I will soon step my foot on that place and many others. Ojukwu didn't prepare to fight any war. They took him unawares and they killed our people. Ojukwu didn't know that it's not only at the war front you win such battles. He thought we were in a just society, a just world, where those at that place called the UN will judge fairly. He never knew that these blue-eyed demons, they only care about oil. They're only interested in petrodollar. They're not interested in humanity. That is why they saw millions of Biafran children dying. He never touched them. They never cared. Ojukwu lost the war because he lost outside. But we, this generation, we have fought the war outside and we have won. Now we have nations asking us, what do you want? Now we have nations saying enough is enough. It's time for you guys to be free. Countries, big countries, are interested in Biafra freedom. And that is why I say that Mazi and his team, they are magicians. What needs to be done, they have done it. Any moment from now, we will go home. I'm looking forward to that return. It's going to happen, not years. It's going to happen. We get them time. They thought we were joking. We didn't want to rush so that nobody will blame us. At least now, nobody will blame us. We didn't want to rush when we didn't have support. Now we have all the necessary support because the DOS are wise men. And Elohim will continue to bless them. So, Biafrans, get ready to go home. It's not more wishful thinking. No, it's a reality now. If you're a Biafra, get ready for that return. It's going to happen and it will happen real good in our time. A few persons will go down, the remnant will live free. We are not ready to continue as slaves in our own land. No, so many of us have signed for that. If that's what needs to be done for our children to be free, it's better we die. We will die with pride so that our children can be free. Britain cannot continue to exploit, to steal. America cannot continue to steal our resources while our people are running out every day. No, enough is enough. That time and season has come for everybody to go home. Those of you in the zoo, start moving home little by little because the US will not give you any notice again. Any day, they are ready. Our foreign partners are ready. Any day the US deems it fit, I say today, you guys, it's in your hand. With the move, with the youth, we move, we will take over Biafra, and nothing will stop us. So I welcome all of you today. We're discussing who is a Biafran. That is the topic of today. And historically, I will take you back to certain events that happened in the past. I have a lot of friends here with me from all the nations across Biafra. I have people from a zone nation here. I have Ibibio people here. I have Anak, I have Ogoni. I have Isuku, I have Urobo, I have Ishekiri. I have people from Igodomikodo. I have people from Ishan. I have people from Igede, Idoma, Igala. I have people from Ikwere. I have people from other parts of, I have people from Kalabari. Okay. I have people from Inyoma. Different parts of Inyoma people are here. But unfortunately, I'm not going to allow all of them to speak tonight. We have to come back another day. Our director from the radio says that the crowd is too much. The crowd is too intimidating, so only few people will be allowed to speak today when I come to the interactive session. So before I come to the interactive session, I need to take you on a historical journey backward. The name Biafra, what does it mean? Where did it emanate from? Is there anybody called? Do we have a Biafran as you have a Scottish person? Are there Biafrans as you have the French? Are there Biafrans as you have the Spaniards? And so on and so forth. Sometimes in the 15th century, precisely in 1472, some Portuguese travelers, explorers, navigated across the Atlantic Ocean. What's it called? The water. Is it called the Persian Gulf or whatever is it called? They got to a place, an Ijaw territory, in Brass, in present-day Biafra state. They go to that place and meet some people, some market people, maybe local fisherwomen here in the market, selling their wares. And they were trying to talk to them. They could not hear what they were saying. So they were asking them, who are you guys? What is this place called? Because this our local fishermen and women that were there could not hear what the Portuguese were saying. So they responded to them in the local way they could. They said, "Eno brase." That's, leave me alone. You know, somebody is disturbing you. Who are you? What do you call this place? Who is this person? Please leave me alone. Eno brase. So the Portuguese people, the only thing they could make out of it is Biafra. They now start calling them Biafra people. And it translated into an identity. And I need to remind you that if you check early maps about Africa, you only had 3 locations in the whole of Africa. Then you had Ethiopia, you had Biafra, and the next thing we have again was what's it called? Zamfara. How these Lagos or southwest regions was not known. Nobody knew them then. All the early maps that those Portuguese released, all what you have is Biafra. And Biafra then expanded from that coast, from the shores of Akasa land in Braz down to southern part of Kanu. All of those areas were regarded as Biafra, the Battle of Biafra. It was after all the evil that Nigeria did with Britain that they start dividing Battle of Benin, Battle of Biafra. But the earliest map will show you that. I should have posted these maps in my wall because I have so many of them. So that was how the story of Biafra began. To me, anything Western is not acceptable. But our leader have done a lot of teaching on this in the past, where he talked about Biafra, where he's tried to give it a kind of local coloration. That's good and fine. But for me, if you ask who is Biafra, where are they from, if the story will be traced to any Westerner, to me, that is not acceptable. That's for me personally. But as long as our leaders decide in this family, anything our leader says goes. So let's pick it from there. That is the story, the historical story of that name. Biafra have been existing for years, for many centuries, before the British got here. They met a civilized people. They met a lot of historical facts. They destroyed our ancient altar at what's it called? In Arochukwu. They met a pyramid in Nsude. I want to find out the exact date of that pyramid, if it's older than the one in Egypt. I've made a lot of shocking revelations, searching for who I am. One of the things we do in philosophy, if you go to philosophy to study philosophy, you must come and contact with that whole man, know thyself. And unfortunately, it's always ascribed to Socrates and those that wrote for him, because Socrates did not write. The West have always dedicated the manipulation, distortion of history. Intellectual property, they are the best in stealing. They have that record. They have world record when it comes to stealing intellectual property. I've come to realize, I've come to discover that what we call today Western civilization, or what we call Greek philosophy, was not any Greek philosophy. There's nothing Greek about it. The whole thing, the whole trash you call Greek philosophy was Egyptian spirituality, Egyptology that was stolen by the Greeks. and they have done well to cover their evil. Let me take you to a story from the Bible. David mistakenly, that is the man that in recorded history, in recorded Bible history, no man had killed as much as David. No army could defeat him, but one day he saw a little battle indoors and he felt. He saw a nude woman and he felt. In order to cover his crime, he requested that the husband of that young lady should be put in a fierce battle where he could probably cover up his sins. And truly, Uriah was killed in that process. But was he able to cover his sins? Hell no. If you commit one sin, you will need to commit like 10 more to cover it. And yet, it doesn't really cover it completely. The West have done so much to hide all their lies they've told the world. The whole world lies in deception. It's shocking. I make shocking revelations. Why the black man suffer? Why the blacks are poor? And we remain poor except they come in contact with this knowledge, this fact, and begin to do otherwise. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the only man that saw tomorrow, the great prophet, there's nothing he said that has not come to pass. The only remaining one is that Biafra will be restored, and it's going to happen shortly. It is either the animals in the zoo decide to behave in a civilized manner and fix date for referendum, or we leave without saying goodbye. We have said it, not going back. How the shenanigans of holding our leader is a game or it's an old style. They are not current. They are not pragmatic enough. Society is dynamic. They don't understand the principles of dynamism. We have moved on. They want to hold on to Kanu, hold on to Kanu. You fix date for court, whether you have October 5th or not, you want to come and play. We're not interested again. In a short while, we'll tell the Jofa not to go to court again. And those are coming. Not because they've not done well. They've done all that needs to be done. A court judgment has said that this man should not be presented in any court, should not be detained in any court in Nigeria. So what are you taking him to court for? If you're not evil, if you are not proven to the world that Nigeria is no more a civil society, if the rule of war is still in place. So in a short while, we're giving them time, and I'm so sorry about it. It moves from months, it's days, now it's moving into days. The time is trickling down. And the way it will happen, the whole world will not understand what has happened. Because we're coming. We are coming home, we are ready. We're only waiting for the command. And nothing will stop us. It is Biafra or we die. We are still the same people. Many of you forget history. The same people that drowned in Savannah, in Georgia, in America, is still the same people. We're still the same ancient people. The Igbo people are Ndibo. And if you're not aware, when I talk about the Igbo, everything down there, everything, whether you be Joe, if you be Bigo, if you Igbo, if you Aman, whatever you call yourself, we're all one people. I'll prove it tonight. I've done extensive research into who we are, and I've discovered that these people are one people. So when you talk about who are you, you go to the cosmology of a people. Cosmology means a philosophical theory which studies the material world with regards to its origin, structure, and the ultimate end. So tonight I'm not going to bore you with too much of academics. I'm going to go straight to the matter. Because cosmology explains the way, explains the origin, the historical fact, the historical evolution of a people, their religious belief that deals with their specific tradition. That is what cosmology boils down to. So we can talk about who are Biafrans without looking into the cosmology of Biafrans. Who are they? How do you know a Biafran? What makes you a Biafran? Are there common traits? Is there any corollary? Is there any similarity in their behavior, in their culture, in their ways of life? This is how we trace who we are. I want to study the cosmology of all the nations that we are claiming that are Biafran. You know, before now, during the war, there are only segment of people that were referred to as Biafrans. Maybe Ojukwu was waiting till after the war to do proper declarations in terms of demographic, demarcations and all that. I don't know. I'm just thinking and speaking out my thoughts. But today, this generation, we the intellectual, and a few of us that are privileged to go to, the gutter school they have in the zoo, we took out our time to do small research. Maybe before we lived here, I've been able to discover who are these people. Is there anything in common? I've discovered that everybody in all the places mentioned have something in common. So I want to study the cosmology of all the major tribes, the Efik. The Efik cosmology believes that the world was flat. As such, the edge of the world was known as Ononkori. Ononkori, that's the language, that is the belief in the existence of the realm, of the existence of a realm known as Onosi. That's where the spirit of the dead resides. That's the belief in spirit of the dead. What does that tell you? They believe in reincarnation. Abasi is seen as the creator. Well, Atai is the first human. Those of you that come from that side will understand the stories, the rhetoric behind them and Ekme, contributing to the underlying principles. If you look at the Igbo cosmology, you see the same concept of the eye of the sun, called Anyanwu. I'll put it to you, Biafrans and black people all over the world, that everything you have in other civilized societies that they have ascribed to themselves religiously or religious-wise, we have a richer version of it in Igbo cosmology. If I have time to explain Igbo metaphysics or Igbo ontology deeper, you will discover that what we call the Christian religion, all these big religions there, they are learning their children, their child's play, compared to the spirituality of the Igbo race, the spirituality of the Efik race, the spirituality of the Ishekiri, because they all have the same kind of spirituality. Go and investigate. I left the Igbo cosmology, in Igbo cosmology, there's something you'll find that is common there. The existence of a masculine and a female solar deity, that's what we call Anyanwu, which form part of the solar veneration among the Nri Igbo kingdom. That is Ordinala, what is called Omenala. That is the core of Igbo cosmology. In Ijo cosmology, I saw that the people believe in the knowledge of something called Obu or Yeli. That's the veneration of the ancestors. And that's what they tell you in Ijo. That's the traditional religion of water spirit, veneration of water spirit, known as Omo Amapu. Omo Amapu. My pronunciations might not be right. This features prominently in Ijo pantheology. At the sound of Asawana, get ready for war, using a Besu as a shield. That's what we found in their cosmology. It's not far from that of Igbo. Veneration of water spirit. In Igbo, there are 4 cardinal points. The same 4 cardinal points of the world. In Igbo cosmology, I want to cite the other ones. Then I bring the Igbo cosmology to summarize all of them, so you understand that we have the same belief system. We have the same spirituality. We have the same roots. Ishekiri believes in a superior being, a creator, God, known as Orishe. The same person that they do is called Osalobua. Igbo call it Obasi. If you call it Abasi. So do you get a message there? Abasi, Obasi. It means that one was trying to pronounce it in their own way, where A was pronounced as O. And we all know that the Nri kingdom is the oldest. In anthropology, back in the years in university, as an undergraduate, in anthropology we were taught with Western textbooks written by white men, that life started in Ibuku. Ibuku is presently in Anambra State. That's what anthropology textbooks taught us. But when they come to now, they want to write Nigerian history. They might place Igbo at 4th, place it anywhere they like. That is their style. That is the game, the foolish divide and rule system that the Fulani and the British uses. We are taught in anthropology, in Western, in foreign textbooks, that the earliest people that live in Africa came from Ibuku during the late Stone Age. Those things are there. They have not been changed. Igbo means Ndibo, people of the ancient. In my study, I've discovered that today, some people, some story tell you that people came from Israel, landed in Ebola. No, I think the reverse is the case. The Jewish culture, the Jewish cosmology, and the little research I went to do, I saw that it's relatively young to that of the Igbos. These are historical facts. It's not statement out of sentiment. No. I went further, I saw Edo cosmology, that is Igodomigodo, the place hitherto known as Igodomigodo, where Osanobua is responsible for the creation of the world and humankind. Their cosmology comprises heavens, earth, and the underworld. The same thing. They're no different from what the ones I've read. And the shocking thing was that this thing was in a library. This particular research was even done by a white man. I went through so many other things because I picked this one in a school in Vancouver. So they talk about the divinities and so many, about 4 ways that they are perceived. But what it boils down to is the same thing we're talking about. Theirs is 3. Now, I went to study the cosmology of the Gala people. Theirs is 3. They have 3 different realities. Human spirit that occupies in their existence, life and birth, after birth, adult life, life after death. The same thing with the Shekeri. The same thing with the Edo. The same thing with the Igbo. The same thing with the Efik people. I check Idoma cosmology. Idoma cosmology is the worship of ancestors. A woman should not commit adultery. They call God Echi. That is the way you spell Chi. If you want to write China, Chi, you put E-S, Echi, that's how they call God. When I saw some names in Idoma, I begin to wonder that even some of their names have the same meaning with Igbo ways. Go to Idoma, they have the same culture with the Igbos. No difference. Go to Yede, no difference. The same culture, the same marriage style, the same dressing, everything. Now, what makes you a Biafran? That's my first question. Number 1, cultural similarity. As I've checked the cosmology of all these people, from Igbo to Anang, Efik, to Icho. Okay, I checked the cosmology of the Urubos. Uruba and the Shekiri have the same cosmology. The same thing. You don't find anything different. I saw the same thing. I went to Bini, I saw the same thing. When I go to Ife, I saw something different. Yes. The Yoruba cosmology, I saw something, there's a difference there. You go up to the north, their cosmology is entirely different. From Igala, from Iyede, Agatu, down to Bayelsa, down to Shekiri, land, to Akasa in Bayelsa, to Ogoja, and all those areas, down to the Igbo hinterlands, they all have the same culture. The cultural similarity is too astonishing. You don't need anybody to tell you that these are brothers and sisters, or they have one common root. That's what you will find out. If you want to be sincere with yourself, go and check how they marry, even in the Shekiri, that they bear Yoruba name because somebody came to give Olu and all those stuff. Go and check where they bear the, go and check their dressing. It isn't Biafran dressing. Ishekiri don't dress like Yoruba. Edo, Igodomigodo, Edos don't dress like Yoruba. They dress Biafran. What we call the Biafran dressing is Igbo dresses. I met my grandfather. My grandfather died at the age of 104. I knew him too well. I met my grandfather for so many years. I knew him. I used to go out with him long back in the days, a very long time ago. I see he dressed, he hated anything foreign. Any dress that is not Igbo, my grandfather will not wear it. And my grandfather was very wealthy. So he had everything. Every day he's going out, his new design. He will tie his George, wear something, one on top, with a car, with a walking stick. Off he goes. Every day, that's how he dress. That's Igbo dressing. What we call Niger Delta dressing today is Igbo dressing. But we're not contesting that, we're brothers. How do you call senator now? They're Igbo dressing. But this generation of Igbos are forgetting their culture. They think the only is Igbo dressing now is only Isiago and that red cap. No, that's just one of them. This one is even particular to a particular culture that narrowed down to my state or Hafia, or maybe Arochukwu, that and all that. Although that's where all of us come from. Some people, some version, because there are about 4 different races or 3 of the Igbos. If you are very familiar, if a student of Radio Biafra, Onyendu has explained these things well. Many things I say here, the things Onyendu has said before, I just do a little research. So that I will not just be saying something I'm not too sure of, or I won't be saying something without adding something. That's why I go to research. I reason the way Onyendu put them. I don't have anything different from. There is nothing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has taught that is not true. No single thing he has said. Even in his passion, even in his quest to get Biafra, he doesn't lie to people. He doesn't do that. That man is an exceptional human being. That man is too clean to be an agitator. He's too compassionate to be an agitator, I'll tell you honestly. He can be mentally strong, but he's too compassionate to be an agitator. Maybe God allowed that. Imagine Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not as compassionate as he is. You know what would have happened? So now, cultural similarity. What makes you a Biafran? We have the same culture. Our cosmology, our worldview, our philosophy, our metaphysics, everything about us, our ontology points to the same faith everywhere across Biafra land. What else do you see? We see the same dressing. I've told you now. All our women tie 2-piece wrapper in the entire length and breadth of Biafra. If you like, go and change it tomorrow. It will not hold water. With all your Yoruba incursion into Edo, into Ishekiri, it hasn't changed their dressing. Their dressing remains that same old Biafran dressing. That I've just told you now that it's Igbo dressing. That's how my grandfather used to dress. My grandfather wasn't well traveled. It's only in that locality. He was a local king, a local chief. In our days, there are days that what the people they call Nze Nozo was an Nze. The women tied 2-piece wrapper. Go and check everywhere in all the places who say that Biafra. Now let me make you understand something. Because some people who are not knowledgeable enough don't understand what you are saying. They're saying, you people said you don't want to be in Nigeria, that somebody forced you to be in Nigeria. That's what is called balkanization. That is forceful union. You say you want to leave. Why do you want to bring somebody that doesn't want to be? No, we're not bringing people that don't want to be. These people came to us. We have not forced, and go and check our history. Tinubu is trying to paint us black. They're wasting their time. They are not wise. These people misleading the zoo are not wise people. Go and check other countries that are separated. Things are not going fine. You separate peacefully and still be friends. Be good neighbors. Be useful to each other. There are some countries, as I speak now, I don't want to go into the names because I'm a researcher. I have time for so many things. There are countries that are giving others aid, giving others supplies for free, as we speak now. Because why? They're paying what you call respect to the past, allegiance to their beautiful past. But look at what they're doing in the zoo. They keep killing Igbos, killing Biafrans every day. Every day, the only thing, Fulani came and killed and passed the baton to Yoruba. Yoruba people are, Tinubu is not killing our people every day. We have never had problem with the Yorubas. We have never had problem with the Hausas. Everybody in that space, in that geographical expression called the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, we have all lived peacefully before now. When I was young, I was very, very adventurous. I used to travel to the north, travel to different places. I traveled from Lagos to Maiduguri, where they call Bama. And you travel along. You go to the north, you can sleep on the street. Early in the morning, somebody will give you water for free to wash your face. He's not asking you for money. He doesn't know you. Hausa people are very wonderful and loving. Even the Fulanis that were settled there before now, they were nice. They were behaving like their hosts. These ones now that don't know where Buhari brought them from, all they do is to go to our land and kill. I even spoiled the name of the Fulanis that before now, they were not bad people. Nobody, in back many years ago, in our bush, at the back of our house, you see Fulani people with their cow there. They come to you and buy something. Nobody sees them as a threat. Nobody cares. They don't rape them, they don't steal. I don't know where they brought all these torches from hell that are everywhere, killing innocent people. It's only in the zoo and some few places in Black Africa where they don't have value for human life. Life should be sacred to any human being, to any livable, any advanced animal that is not as slow as the monkeys or the chimpanzees. You just kill the innocent people. Kill people that were not offended you. You don't care. We have cultural similarity. All our women tie two-piece wrapper, go to Benin, go to anywhere. I know everywhere in Edo State. Like I told you, I travel a lot. I've traveled all the way to Agonebode, every part of Edo State. The same culture, the same way of dressing. Their women tie two-piece wrapper. It's not a coincidence. The Yorubas don't tie two-piece wrapper. Go and check. The Hausas, women don't tie two-piece wrapper on a blouse. It's only Biafrans. It's a unique identity for Biafra. Who is a Biafran? That's what I'm talking about. They have unique identity. Their women tie two-piece wrapper. Anywhere you are in the zoo, your mother, not the ones now that don't know their left and right, or that are following alien religious practices. Your grandmother, if you used to tie two-piece wrapper on a blouse, you are a Biafran. Go and find out who you are. Leave all the lies that have been telling you. British people are very deceptive and very crafty. But all their nonsense will soon come to an end. All the lies they've done in the zoo to divide the zoo. They told you Igbo. I played a particular, what's it called? A video on WhatsApp today. I posted it to so many places. One mama was telling us that before 1966, that they used to know them as Eastern Nigeria. Yes, Sapele was Eastern Nigeria. Wari was Eastern Nigeria. The mama gave a testimony. She's still alive. She said all they knew was where Eastern Nigeria. That the school she went to, government college in Sapele, was called Zik Obotiebe, Zik Grammar School or something like that. But later they not changed it to Obotiebe or Kotiebo, sorry. Kotiebo Grammar School. The current to Kotiebo Grammar School now you have in Sapele was called Zik Kotiebo. So it was built by Nnamdi. She said in their own days they were known, they know the as Eastern Nigeria. They say they go to Onisha as a market. They don't have business with the West then. Before they start their manipulations. Came to Warri, do their manipulations and start making them think tweet towards that side. What was the game about to divide them? Britain know that the only people that can set the black race free are the Biafrans. I want to tell you something about them. You don't know who you are. You need to know who you are. Man, know yourself. That word was written in the ancient Egyptian temple where the Greek went to study. It wasn't, it didn't come from Socrates. No, those are lies. It was written by Egyptians. Today they wipe out that race. Their language has gone into extinction. Why? They stole their culture. They stole their spirituality. They stole science. Atom, you study in physics today, was learned in the Egyptian temple. Mathematics, Egyptian geometry, the maths you study today. And they say, oh, maths is from Aristotle. Aristotle lies from the pit of hell. Whether Plato, Socrates, they wrote nothing. They only went to Egypt to steal. They branded all the Egyptian write-ups. And now when Alexander was there, Aristotle trained that young man. He gave him access to all the ancient Egyptian libraries. He went to read all the books, rewrite them, copy them, come back to life, and start telling them Greek this, Aristotle this. Aristotle wrote nothing. He only went to study what he saw in Egypt. what we call Christian culture, is not a Christian culture, let me shock you now, was stolen from Egypt. Egypt is the center of the world. Egypt is the spiritual center, center of the religious center of the whole world. But you know what they did? They systematically wrote that history, tell you that the Jews were in slavery there, and that slaves built pyramids, trying to insinuate that it was the Jews that built the Egyptian pyramid. It's not true. The pyramids were built by Nubians, black slaves. Nubian people built it. They designed it. Slaves' heads were used as labor. The same way they used slaves and black to build Europe, to build the New World, the Scandinavian, the plantations in the Caribbean and across America. The same way blacks were used to build America. That's how they used slaves to build the pyramids. Go to Egypt and see for yourself. Go and look at the signs, the designs of those things erected there. These things are spiritual entities. They are altars. They stole their history, rebrand it, and say civilization started in, Western civilization started in Athens, in Greece. Lies. When they lies, when the Ionians, the early philosophers started philosophizing, the Greek, the thing they were skeptical of them. Everything was strange to them. They were telling them strange things they were not used to, because they went to bring those things from Egypt. They brought nothing new. They know nothing. All they went to Egypt and understood what those people wrote and stole their spirituality. They stole their culture. Today, the four oldest languages in the world, they try to suppress them. When the British came to Africa, came to Igbo land, they saw the civilization. They were marveled. When they saw the pyramid in what's it called? It's in Sudan, and they saw our language in CBD. We had written language we had the first. CBD is the oldest language in the world. Go and do your research. Before the Western Gota, Yoruba Gota media will tell you all the lies they lie. The CBD was the oldest written language in the world. They wiped it out. Why? They found what they need in Biafra land. They want to steal. So the first thing they did is to come and divide us. Ijo, leave Igbo alone. No, they are not your people. They are not your brother. They are wicked. During the war, Biafran army soldiers attacked some few communities in the Ijo territory in Calabar and in Ogoni. And tell them Igbo people are your enemies. Why didn't Igbo attack you before the war? If you people reason are right. Were there inventions of Igbo attacking you? Yes. Gajo of Opobo discovered Opobo in an Ijo territory, built a city. It was not, there's no history or record anywhere that he killed Ijo people to establish that place. No. He only moved to an empty land where nobody was living and started life there and brought other people. And the place flourished in trade because of the ingenuity of Biafrans. Who is a Biafran? We have the same dresses and similar fashion style. Go and check all our fashion is the same. Two-piece wrapper on a blouse. Wear your shirt on top and tie wrapper under. When I went for a burial in a place called Okuabo in Ugele area in Delta State. I had to wear the dress there. They sold the stuff. Somebody was laughing at me. Said, "This is not how you would dress." I laughed at it. Said, "You know next to nothing." That's how my grandfather used to dress. I wore it with pride. With pride because I'm a Biafran and it's Biafran dressing. Who is a Biafran? Don't allow them. Why are they telling you lies? Why is it that Britain don't want Igbo sit on the same table with Ijo? Akwa Igbo. The woman was telling her story in the video I posted today. She said prior to 1966, before the war, that they were known as Eastern Nigeria. They blended well with Igbos. He said he had Igbo friends in that school, they blended well, everything was okay. After the war, they did everything to poison all their mind against the Igbos. He said that the poison was so much that all of them begin to develop serious hatred for Igbo man. That's what they did in South Africa. Self-hate. They planted in South Africa because South Africa was dominated by white. So that's why you go to South Africa today. South Africans can play with an Indian, a Dutchman, play with a Chinese, all the foreigners. Once you're a black man, you're an enemy. Attack him. It's a psychological game. They use religion to plant it. They use acculturation, all manner of all the weapons they've used to plant all this rubbish. When Biafra comes, you guys will see we're going to do something about religion. All the religious nonsense, all the chains, all the shackles of mental subjugation and slavery and idiocy and hatred and bitterness that is being perpetuated with that cultural intelligence, branded religion, we're going to rework it. Trust me, we'll rework it. Not me, young Biafrans way. Listen to people like Professor Jonathan, you will know that there's a new generation of Biafrans. All of us will not die. Take it from me for free. All of us will not die because Biafra is there already. A remnant to see Biafra, and they're going to build a nation. A white man will not believe it. Are you aware that between 1954 to 1964, the Eastern Region government, headed by Michael Opara, was the best, the fastest growing in the third world? Faster than China and the Asian tigers of that time. Hong Kong and all those countries now, Eastern Nigeria. All the companies in Nigeria were built by Michael Opara. They've closed them down, moved them to the west and the north after the war. Aba textile mill. Nigerian breweries you have today started in Aba. Most of these countries started from the east. They closed down, shut down the ones in the east. The economic sabotage has no echo. Now, I want to bring out something. You that are telling you're Calabar, you're not Igbo, they're your enemy. What have they done for you? Show me one beautiful bridge federal government constructed in Biafra State. Since you hate Igbo or you are not Igbo and you agree, Igbo is your problem. Show me one bridge they constructed in Warri. Many years ago when I got to Warri, I felt like crying. I was, which word do I want to say? When I got to Warri, the first time I got to Warri, that was before Ibori. Ibori did a lot. Ibori changed the face of Warri. I must tell you honestly. I got to Warri then before the days of Ibori. When I go to the area, wherever you call it roundabout, and they dropped me that you have arrived, this is Warri. I was asked to come down or something. I just asked, are you sure this Warri? He said, this Warri now, you don't reach Warri. Now Warri it is. How? I felt like crying. I used to think that Warri would be so beautiful. I used to think Warri would be finer than Lagos. We hear of oil companies. Hear of all the fuel stations. Hear of all the stealing. All the companies go to Warri to go and suck oil. And there was nothing there. And they'll tell you it's your problem. Do you know what they want to do? They want to make sure that you don't come and ask for your right. They know the Igbo man is forceful. Igbo man is is a go-getter. What happened in Savannah, Georgia? Go and read the history. 75 men drowned themselves. The storyline is that they're Igbos. They're not all Igbos. Akwa Ibom was there. Ijo were there. But the coast where they took off from was where they used to sell Igbo slaves. A few other tribes from Biafra land were there. They were all Biafrans. Without preaching, they killed their captors. I'm giving you this fact now. How do you know Biafrans? These are things you need to know about us. We are so determined. We prefer death to slavery. This voice you are hearing, I'd rather die than to remain a slave. No. And there are many of us like that. We will soon hit the zoo. We're coming. In USA, we did it. A man bought slaves. And they brought them for him in his plantation. He paid $100 each then. About 75 of them, they killed their captain. The captain of the ship. Because they could not pilot the ship now. They actually came down from the water. Now look around and know that these people will attack them. Since they have killed the captain, what did they do? They told each other, it's better we'll die than to be slaves. Before then, they have killed the white people. They walked back into the water and drowned. The truth of the matter is that it's not all of them that died. A few survived. About 13 dead bodies were recovered from that water. But the story is that a few of them survived. Now, what am I bringing out here? That's what you need to know about Biafrans. They are brave. Biafrans are brave. That's what you see. Biafrans don't fear. We fear nothing. You can see an Igbo man fearing. You can see an Edo man, a Benin man fear. Not the Yoruba, not the Chinese version. The original ones don't fear. That's why you see them, they cross the Mediterranean. A Yoruba man cannot do that. Yes, Go bring an average young man from Ife now. Tell him, make him cross that water. Make him sit on top of boat for 7 days, 7 nights. No food, no water. Urinate. Drink is not urine. They will not do it. It's not that daring. But that's how Igbo man is wired. That's how the Godomigodo, the Edos. We are one people. Look at our traits. Their behavior, you know who they are. Who is a Biafra? They are fearless. They don't fear nothing. They are the only people that challenge the world. Let me tell you, in the whole of Africa, only 3 tribes challenge the British. Yoruba has 4 Yakata. Fulani Hausa 4 Yakata. The Igbo man said no. It took Britain 33 years before Orochukwu fell. Nigeria was never amalgamated until they conquered Orochukwu. Have you heard about the Kumeku warriors? The Igbo fighters from Enyoma, from Abu, and all that, from part of Anambra. They fought Britain for many years. They killed white people. We're the only race that killed these people. And we'll kill them again if we have to this time. We must be free. Either we're free or anybody that wants to hold us down will go down. We did it in Savannah, in Georgia, in USA. We'll do it again. Is that this Nnamdi Kanu generation? Is that generation of those that prefer to be free, that prefer to die rather than to be slaves? We will not continue to be slaves. I rather die than to remain a slave. Britain, you have no right to hold me down. You don't. What? Who gave you visa to come to Biafra land? That you are amalgamating us. What right do you have to come and create countries in Africa? And you, as a black man, you are protecting a name given to you by British. You are showing them through that you're a low-class animal. Yes, it's only dog that bear name given to them by their dog masters, their masters. Others have changed their name. Rhodesia, so many countries that the Britain gave foolishness, they changed their name to something similar. If you ask me, we'll change the name of Biafra, we'll come back to that. We'll have to agree. If our people say no, we're fine with it, we'll go ahead. No problem. We have leaders. Our leaders will decide. But I'm telling you that this generation, anything Western, we'll have to do away with it. Nigeria was created by our enemies, killers of our people. That is even why the only reason why I don't like the name Biafra is sweet to ear. It's known all over the world. Do you know what happened, how that name came into being? When they were killing Igbos in the north, when the matter became too unbearable, it was so precarious that they didn't know what to do. The Eastern Region Assembly met. What do we do? People advise Ujugu, declare, we have to leave those people. They don't want us. Now, let me tell you, a Calabar man, they told you that you hate Igbo because they told you to hate Igbo, not because Igbo have done anything against you. Urobo man, you hate Igbo. I don't like these Igbo people. I don't like these Igbo people. Now, let me tell you for free. When they were killing in 1945, that's the first time they killed in Nigeria. I've calculated all their killings. I'll give you the figure in my next broadcast. All the people have killed. We are going to revenge. I've said it before. I'm not changing it. It's not a statement from me. It's from Biafran youth. So it doesn't stop with me. The information has leaked out. We will revenge all the killings of our people, except to apologize. To anybody anywhere in the world, whether you are white, you are Caucasians, anything you are, if you have killed a Biafran, a generation will come after you, and we will revenge it. Except to apologize. How can we be a name given by our enemies? I went to investigate the Portuguese. I got mad. That's where I begin to dislike the name Biafra. If it's traced to the Portuguese, then I don't like it. Why? Portuguese and British started slavery. The first slavery expedition were by Portuguese, 1614 or 1416. One of the above. They took a ship, they arranged with some British, their own farms in the Caribbean. They needed cheap labor. They said, let's go and kidnap people in Africa and bring for you. They said, can you do it? They said yes. They took a ship, they went to present-day Angola and went to 2 tribes and sacked a whole village. They packed 350 people from the 2 villages. On that journey, about 150 died on the way. 200 people made it. Close to where they were to buy, because they are thieves. British are thieves. They have thief-free civilization. All the Westerners are thieves. All they know how to do is only to steal. They say people that send somebody, go and raid, bring, will pay you. They didn't want to pay them the full fee. They sent a group of people to go and attack them on the way. Very close to where the ship were docked, they were attacked. Some were stolen. You see how they rule. Thieves. They sold some slaves. About 70, they stole and came to sell it to this man, this British man in his farm. That's how slavery started. So I don't want to be associated with such people and their history. Who are Biafran? They are brave. They are the only people that kill black. I've told you before. The Igbos fought them for many years to kill them. The Godomigodo people, the Edo people, I'm talking about the original one, not the corrupt version. They're very brave. They don't fear. You see, they're very violent and forceful, like an average Igbo man. They fought them, they challenged them. When these people entered their palace, they killed a white man. That led to Obaraman Obese that was exiled. I think that's 1897. They killed white people. The Akasa in Brass, the Jaws, they killed 77 British people. The Igbos killed them. In the Kumeku, we killed them. They're not superior to you. We're the only race that kill white people. And we will not stop if they won't stop oppressing us. Every oppressor will go down. That era is gone, that age, that time has gone. They keep their fans and go free. Fulani here, those of you they pack from Sahel to Igbo land to be killing people. Stop. We're taking inventory. Nobody will kill a Biafran and go free. Whether you kill Igbo, you kill Calabar, you kill Bini, because all of us are suffering it too. There's no Biafran race. They know you. You are being foolish, but say, I'm not Igbo, I'm not the Biafran. They know you're a Biafran. A lady was telling me her story. The father was in the army. And he said the father was dismissed unjustly, just for no reason. They retired the father. And I told her they retired him because he's an Igbo man. They said, no, we're not Igbo. We're Igbo. Look at this fool. Look at this British fool. I didn't know you're an Igbo man. We kill all this nonsense you're doing, they're only using you. They know you're a foolish man for killing your people. Because the only fool that kill their people. It's only people that are not sure of their identity. There are some people who need to go and investigate when their father was walking far away, whether somebody was visiting home to check. They need to do DNA tests. Somebody like Puzodima cannot be an Igbo man that kills his people. Somebody that cannot be an Biafran. All these people can't be Biafrans. They will mind. They kill. No Biafran kills their own people. They kill their enemies. They are sending you to Biafra to kill. They need to examine who you are. That's why you know the Biafra. The attack of the army of Bondi of Igala land. I tell you, anywhere I tell you it's Biafra, go and check their behavior. The same bravery, the same behavior. He was called a meeting with her stealing majesty, Elizabeth, and Kaduna. All of them, all the Fulani don't bow. All of them, they don't bow easily. They shake. Yoruba don't bow finish. Everybody there don't bow. Hey, my Biafran man saying that they bow. Say, I can't bow to you. I cannot bow to a woman. What rubbish is that? He said, look at our culture. We don't bow to women. We don't remove our cap. I think that incident happened when is it the Dutch? Somebody say they were saying he didn't remove cap for any of it. So look, an Igbo man does not bow to anybody. You don't bow to mortals. That's how you know Biafrans. That king of Igala told them, the king of Igala is called Ata. King in Anambra is called Ata. There's a story. Igala said that Igbo people came from Ida. The other story said that Igala people came from Obugad. No problem. Where we come from, not important. We have discovered we're one people. That's what is important to me. We don't care who you are, who you claim. But we know the oldest civilization in the world historically is the Erie Empire. The empire is the oldest because the Igbos are the ancient people. We are the first set of human beings to settle on the surface of the earth. That is what anthropology taught. Why people wrote it, not me. During the age of Australopithecus boise, there are only two species that survived that era of survival of the fittest. Only two species. One is called Australopithecus boise. Second one is called Australopithecus africanus. And that is the race where we come from. The white, the Caucasians come from the other one. Every other people in Asia, all of us, will come from this one. They know that. That's why they went to Egypt and stole their history, destroy their spirituality and studied. That is the core cult today. All those science, religious science, all those nonsense they're teaching you, they learned it from Egypt, the Egyptian temple. They were taught in Egyptian language. Those people were what? Blacks. They brought Arabs that love to kill, come and kill them, suppress them, chase them away. Today, Arabs are ruling there. It's not the Arab that owns that place. The Arabic language they speak there are aliens. They dealt with the original people. That is exactly what Britain wanted to do in Biafra land, but they have failed because the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu generation has come. Nobody can wipe out our race. We can't leave our brothers. Who abandoned them for you? We are intelligent. We are civilized, not intelligent. We're exposed. We will not allow that. An Ikwere man can say he's not able. It will make us abandon him. We know he will realize, or his children, they are waking up. One young man said when he was in Ekboma, he told the landlord, pity me, I'll be your brother. And the Ikwere, the man said, shut up. Your father not tell you who you are. Told the Ikwere and the Bini, are you normal? Where is the similarity? Check the way you dress. What's your name? Say, my name is Chinedu. So they say, shut up. I can Chinedu be an Edo man. Are you sick? So all those your lies, we know the story, we know the original version, but we're not bothered about that. Because why? The people you are claiming now have realized that they are Biafrans. I said it last time, that they do people now say they no longer give their children Yoruba names. Why? They have discovered they are not Yoruba, that they are Biafrans. And we will not reject them. In IPOB, we didn't go begging for anybody. They came to us. I'm the leader of IPOB, the Zoo. People come and say, look, I've listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everything he says is correct. This thing you say is our culture. That's the way we dress. That's the way we behave. So we're not who they were claiming we are. We are Biafra. We want to be part of IPOB and we accept them. We absorb them. That's how they join us. So I didn't come here and say, we are Biafra. Hey, you go to me, go to. They're here. They're here. They're in this program. Principal officers. My deputy in the zoo is from a Yoruba man. But not beg him to be. It's a principle of he has climbed certain level before he was promoted to be anything. My secretary in the zoo is an Isoko man. They're there. I said it yesterday. My provost is equal. So everywhere we have them. We have Igede people. A while ago, my fiancé was an Igala man from Kogi State. He said we're Biafrans. He began to show me all the similarity between the Igala people and the Igbo. But Fulani and Britain come and lie to everybody, come and deceive. Now they know who they are. They want to identify with the originality. White people, black people in America want to come. DDJ is taking lectures in Igbo. Why? Everybody want to know who he is. You can't fulfill your purpose until you discover who you are truly. There's a problem with identity crisis. When you begin to claim who you are not, two things are bound to happen to you. You will have legitimacy problem. You will suffer from legitimacy crisis. Another thing you suffer from, once you begin to claim who you are not, you will have motivational crisis. Some people suffer fatigue. No, they will call it fascicity in existentialism, where people, you just get a stage, life no sweet you again. Let me give an example. Maybe a woman that didn't give back to a child, or that lost her only child, get a point. Just feel like, let me die, it's better I die. Begin to suffer from emotional stress and all that. Called fascicity in existentialism. You will suffer from fascicity or motivational crisis in life. You suffer from legitimacy crisis in life. If you wake up and deny where you come from, deny who you are to suit political correctness, to get political appointment, you are doing a damage to your next generation, because you end up producing idiots, cowards, fools that don't know who they are. That's what it is. So who are Biafrans? They have 4 market days everywhere in Biafra land. And please go and research. As I speak, take it to bank. Everywhere in Benue State, all the territory people that come to us that are Biafrans, they operate 4 market days. One of the biggest markets in Benue State is called Nkwo. Now, where did I write it? Nkwo something. I was carrying out a research from a few years ago in the zoo. Then I went to research about this particular market, and they gave me the name. I wrote it somewhere, Nkwo. I said, what is Nkwo doing in Benue State? She told me that's the biggest market you have here. And how does it operate? It's after every 4 days. I said, you people need to go and find out who Nabiru. Leave all these lies you're told in the zoo. Are you getting it now? We are one people. We're not begging them. We're not claiming that they are. We're not going to abandon them. Why? We know what they don't know. If a child wakes up and says, I renounce my father, it's easy. It's fine. Anybody can say that. Will the father renounce the same child? Even if the father do, what of the land You don't change the name of the land. The land remains your father's land, an ancestral land. We can say not an Igbo man, no problem, nobody's begging you. Very soon you go back, you go relocate. You are staying in your Abuja or Sokoto. Because that land, Igbocha, is Igbo land. Before they change the name, do you know why they change the name? So that they know that tomorrow they want to lie to you that you are not Igbo. So that you don't unite and fight them. Have they developed that place? Since you denied Igbo, they have not. Not until now they allow you take some oil, all the oil wells in Imo State. They do their wuru in the court, get those things to rivers. Tell you steal some, and do small bridges. So they think you are working. They know how much you are stolen. They kill them. You can't over people and kill your people. Once you kill, you be in full and name good book. Hope Uzodima, a street have been named after him in Sokoto. Why? He's successful as far as the zoo is concerned. He killed these people. That was the assignment given to him. You can't call Hope Uzodima a failure. Don't be shocked if they rig. There will be no room for rigging because there will be no another election in the state. Biafra is here already. Even if they rig before then, don't be surprised. He fulfilled the assignment was to kill you. Kill it on IPLB. Anytime there's court case, Hope Uzodima boys, Fulani boys, the other boys there, and a few orchids called Igbos that call the Bubago will go and kill him, make trouble. What a shame. How do you know an Igbo man? 4 market days. What is the 4 market days? Eke, Ori, Afo, Nko. Hear me clearly. And that is the new club. That is the foundation of Igbo metaphysics, Igbo phenomenology. Are you getting it now? And all of them have meaning. Eke, the living creator, is fire. Synonymous with fire. Chieke, Chineke, Chiokike. Chukwokike. Ori is synonymous with water. If you go to Ishekiri, go to all these other places I mentioned, you see water spirit. In Urobo, Isoko, you see veneration of water spirit. That is part of this things we are mentioning here. So we have something in common. Our spirituality have the same source, same origin. And if you go to the Yibo, you talk about there are 5 spheres. Out of the 5 spheres, 2 are 1. How do I mean? The hydrosphere and what they call the cystosphere, that is frozen water. It's just the water way block. Hydrosphere is waterways, what do you call it? Liquid water. So apart from that, only 4. And Igbo has 4 in their methodology. 4 days. They came to utter it here. Other places in Biafra, some use 3. So we have 1. That's how you know Biafrans. We have something in common. Ore is water, and for his soil, to call it Allah, where I come from, is called Umuala. Anything that drops from the guy will pick it. And the earth is called what? Biosphere, below the earth. Nko is air, that is the atmosphere. So this is idea for you to know who Biafrans are. How do you define a Biafran? They are fearless. They are brave, like that king of Igala that refused to bow to Queen Elizabeth. I call her queen, it's not my queen. And stealing majesty. What did they do? They threatened to dethrone him, which they did much later. When this my Biafran king removed his cap, peaceful everywhere and bite all of them, and that ended the meeting. And the story has it, before he removed the card, he whispered to the Oba Bini, told him, go outside. He knows what was going to happen. Oba Bini stepped outside as he removed his cap. The bee bite all of them. Do you know what he did there? He respected the Biafran king with him there. Allow the other fools make bee bite them, because that's what they deserve. Telling a man, a custodian of the people, the repository of their heritage, to pull his cap before one small dirty girl. She refused to shake hands with her, says against their culture. Igodomigodo people refused to bow to the British. They killed the white people. The Ekumeku warriors refused. Igbos, after 33 years. Akasa people refused. That's the way we are. We're brave. We are hardworking people. That's Biafrans. We're very intelligent. Are you aware that the Igbo race, the Biafran race, is the most intelligent race in the world? They won't tell you. They're lying that it's in Africa. It's not in Africa. That's why we run things everywhere. Look at Ogodu Iwala. Everywhere. We have the best players everywhere. No matter how the zoo try to suppress us, and everything will come first. We're the only race in the world giving 20 pounds and will come back after 20 decades and produce the largest number of billionaires. We're the only black race that produced nuclear weapons during the war. Imagine they allowed the Igbo to develop by now. Black Africa would have produced a superpower, but that will come in a while. Who are the Igbos? They're very hardy. They're very stubborn, mind you. They're go-getters. They're very rebellious. They're very determined. So, who is a Biafran? I'm going to stop here. I want to go to the house where I have my people so that we look at these things together. So, I've told you the things you need to know who a Biafran is, the common feature, the characteristics. So, I've come to, after the 4 market days, nothing you know Biafran with. Let me stop here so that let me go back to the house. Let's ask questions. Let the world know that the Biafran people are here and the Biafran people are ready to go home. That's basically the most important thing, the most important fact we want to make is to let the world know that we want to go home. Man, know yourself. Who are you? My job, brother, if you don't know you're a Biafra, you don't know yourself yet, you will remain in slavery. When Bruce was talking, when he was talking about common sense was saying certain things. They were against him, they rigged him out, make sure he doesn't come back there. But trying to educate these people, tell them who they are. Stop your Igbo hate, we are one people. When Bruce said it, he was saying it indirectly. But people like us understood what he was saying. They stole the Egyptian culture and pin it to, what do you call it? Greek philosophy, Greek this, Greek that. Nothing. That's what they wanted to do in Ebola. They saw our civilization. They saw everything. Britain wanted to destroy it. But they came late. Because there's a Mazi and Kanu here. Who are Biafran people? So, Biafrans in the house. Gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the house is loaded. Please, if you are not opportune to speak today, don't be offended. Never mind. An opportunity will be given. Mazi Jonathan Chinedu is a kind man. He said that anybody that cannot talk today, I should bring you back in a later date. Please, unmute yourselves, and I want you to speak according to your nationality. While we say nations and clans, Ikwere is an Igbo clan. Okay? Ijo is a nationality. There are still clans under Ijo. A Calavari now is a clan, is an Ijo clan. You know, there are different types of Ijo. I have plenty of them. I think I have about 20-something people who volunteer to come and speak. These are not 20-something people picked from the street. You have 20-something principal officers. Some of the people I'm bringing here now, national coordinators, deputy national coordinators, state coordinators, national ESCOs. So they're not just anybody that like what we're doing. No, they're family members drawn from all across the world. I have a lot of people here from US, from Europe here, from the Scandinavians. I have people from all across the world, maybe 1 or 2 only from the zoo. So please, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome, I don't know which nation. Which nation do I start with? Okay, please, let's do it this way. I have one Reverend, I want to just mention your first name, from Burkina Faso. I need you to speak fast. He speaks, is from Efik, he speaks Efik, he speaks Ibibio. Mazi Eze, please, I need the man to speak so that he can, I want to, because he's an elderly man, I want to release him. I want the elderly people here to speak first. I want the elderly man from Burkina Faso, the elderly man, Elder Sam. After this from Burkina Faso, will speak.
I am here on board. I will call you Excellency.
Please,
Hello, can you hear me?
Hold on, sir. Please, for security reasons.
Hello? Okay.
Don't divulge your full details, please. Just tell me your first name. I have all your names here, so don't bother telling us your full names. So I want us to power back. So, sir, I want to go straight to. I want you to talk about Biafra. Tell your people in your language. Tell them that we're going home. Tell them that we're not part of the zoo, or we will never be part of the zoo. The zoo have not prospered. This is 63 years. Calabar is not developed yet. Akwa Ibom has not been developed. You have the floor now, sir. Go ahead.
All right. Any toika yeni toite no come photo. Mbongo ntwe mi to Radio Biafra. Now I'm anyu miedo etubem Francis. Now Chinedu Biafra in one sentence. In 1832, Albert Macaulay in their British Parliament made a statement that is announced Nimo and I call Nigerian culture so that they more dominating in a. So in one sentence, get to ini a friend in the young because in the medium thing too. So you are the young about soy in a friend in to Biafra. Take all culture, take ethnic, take every other a friend through some self accommodating. Kenyan Adinam Chinedu Biafrans, Chinedu Mitoika, Yakireken. I did your about soy in to Kansas Kenyan Jesus.
Mazi, are you done? Yes, sister. And see, I as you were speaking that language, my belly just is sweet for here, you know. Do you know why? I'm angry that I'm speaking English. This English I'm speaking is annoying me. It's annoying me that my children are speaking English in my presence. That's the truth of the matter. It wasn't annoying me before now. I happen to be one of those victims, one of those that even changed their name. They were not proud of their name a few years ago. I wasn't proud of my name. I changed my name and stopped bearing the name my father gave me. You know those nonsense we did back in the days. But now I begin to feel so bad that I was a victim of that psychological slavery, foreign and colonial mentality and manipulation. They were done through religion. Yes. The religions, they said, brought salvation, did us too much damages, but that's not why we're here. We'll talk about that in a later day. God bless you, sir. I want to have the man from Igbocha, Reverend Sam from Igbocha, please, you have the floor. Reverend Sam from Igbocha, can you hear me? Somebody called me and disconnected me. Somebody called me. Reverend Sam from Igbocha. Are we not using it to get service? Because network. Who is this foolish person now? Who is this foolish person? Who is this foolish person? I told him not to be calling me during the program. I'm trying to call back, connect back. He disconnected me with the call. Can somebody hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. Can hear you loud.
Yes, Reverend Sam from Igbocha, please.
I can hear you very well, sir.
Continue, sir. Is Reverend Sam here? Reverend Sam from Ikwere, are you here? Okay, another person. I want somebody from... okay, let me bring in Mazi Ikem Patrick. Mazi Ikem Patrick. Okay, Mazi Ikem Patrick, hold on. You are from Enyoma. I want an Ijo person. Ijo. We have the old man that spoke now. The elderly man that spoke is from Ibibio. He spoke Ibibio.
I'm here, my leader. I'm here, my leader. Calabari. Calabari.
Okay, sir. Quickly talk about Biafra. How ready are Calabari people? What is the mindset among Calabari people? The people, your friends, people around you, how do they feel about the talk of Biafra? Go on, please.
Okay. Before I delve into the Calabari language, I hope I'm coming out clear.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Before I come out, before I delve into talking to them in our Calabari language, I am Asamaboyleke Magbaniboye. Why I like telling people my name is because this struggle has gone through a lot, and in the minds of people, they might say, it's an RNG. It is not an RNG. Asama Eleke Igbanegboye is a Kalabari speaking Biafran. I am from the Kalabari clan of Ijaw nation. And we the Ijaws, we are plenty, like you know, close to about between 10 to 50 million or thereabout. But the Kalabari clan, we are up to 1 million persons with over 35 settlements and very plenty villages, ranging from Abonima, Abalama, Adise, and Gulama, in Ililima. Settlements that are growing, that just began like fishing ports and later became towns, developed to an extent. So even though the level of development expected is not what we're getting, by virtue of the subjugation and the depression and oppression, we are all suffering together, being our experience in the all and look at the of the Biafra and batch of Biafra. So we have the Bukuma, we have the Bakana and the rest of them. They are plenty, Foko, Elilima, but why I'm mentioning is so that they will know that I'm a Kalabari son. Because these are, like we have K, we have Kehama, you understand, we have Ingaritariama. Let me even mention some of the towns that are not pronounced so that people will know that this is not an RNG. I am a full-fledged son, true son of the soil of Kalabari clan of the Ijaw nation. We have the Omekwe Ketariama, we have the we have the Sangama, we have Kema, we have Tombia, we have Idekema, we have Isoku, we have Bigema, that is popular that everybody knows. From where they go to Abonima, Buguma, and the rest of them, and Aris town. We have Inama, we have Opokuma, we have K, we have Kehama. There are plenty, we have Opurama, we have Obonoma, we have Opo, we have Owoko, we have Obuama. Obuama is shared common boundary, with Digema, and then we also have Abonima, we have the Abalama, and the rest of the Adise, Angulama, Ililima, and the rest of them. Now, the same kind of shared, or I would say, disparity that is, we have to divide. Just like we have in the Igbo speaking part of Biafra, we have in the Ikwere speaking part of Biafra, we have in the Ogoni and rest of them. There are people who, to me, going by the words of our leader, Ifuli Foods, which is which should be expected. It's normal. Yes. So we have Ifuli Foods who don't know their left from their right, who to me I refer to as maybe zoological Biafrans. They are the ones that are still agitating and believing that one day it go better. That one day it go better. And the idea they're getting old and old, and you keep telling them this contraption is not meant to get better. But gradually, I was once like them. Like yesterday when we had our mini meeting, and I was like saying that what made me got really angry and so annoyed, angry, is I saw myself as being fooled. I grew up into a contraption I thought was a normal, decent society, like every other society, and I was gallivanting around with pride, with hopes and aspirations, not knowing that I have been calmed. When I heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu 2015 in Onitsha, I went for a meeting, a conference, where I lodged. They were playing Radio Biafra 247, and the 1 week I stayed here changed everything about me. I began to look for wisdom, information, knowledge. I began to hear more about this man. When I came back to Igbocha, it was difficult. I had to travel back again to Umaya and lodged for 1 week, by which I went to the National War Museum to draw inspiration. Because I didn't know where we came from. I'm a daring person. And I don't know, along the line, something unusual happened to me and came over me. Let's say between 2015 and 2018, 2019, 2020, during the NSAS and rest of them, that was when a different spirit took over me. And in the quest for Biafra restoration, I live. In the quest for Biafra restoration, I walk and have my being. It is my breath, it is my life and my reason for living. It is my hope I look for every morning. I rise up every morning. I go out everywhere and I tell people. I was telling one of our brothers in Italy that, see, me, like you are like our big brother Jesse, you are an evangelist or you're a minister. I am also a minister, sir. And let me not go to the church angle that also deceived me for a while. For years I wasted. So
for correct that, Mazi, my brother, relax. You see in Biafra, what will happen in Biafra is something that's never happened in black nation. What we're going to do about religion, nobody will believe it. Okay. I have discovered why we are poor, why we have remained poor, and we're going to change it. So continue. Leave the religion thing. If they don't, it's a forgotten issue. Do you know why? Our people are now aware. Their eyes are open. So we're going to correct so many things. Continue, sir.
Yes. So when I came back to Iguacha, and from time to time, because when I so-called became born again in the early 90s, we were taught a lot of things, evangelism and rest of them, so it became part of me. I dropped out of school, didn't want to go to school again because we were taught. Now let me just tell you a little because I cannot really detach, remove it from this my story. I thought that, 1991, they told us Jesus is coming very soon. Heaven, the world is ending. So no more school. I want to win more souls So I committed myself in evangelism. So now what I do right now, sir, I have converted those my skills now in preaching about Biafra on my platform. Yes, on my platform. So it was not a waste. The training gives me a lot of insight. So I can talk to people. I am not afraid. I am bold. I'm eloquent. I'm sound. I'm educated. I'm informed. And I do my little research about the struggle. And very much I've known, I disseminate in buses, in open places like we in Iguacha, at least to an extent, we have some certain level of freedom and liberty.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, I want to cut you short. I want to ask you a question. What is your take on this notion that Ijaw people are not part of Biafra, that Biafra is an Igbo thing? What do you want to say about that? Is it true?
It's a very big lie.
That Biafra is an Igbo thing?
Sir, me alone, I know how many people have influenced into the system who have been looking for the truth, who are searching. So it's a big lie. It is not true that Ijaw people see Biafra struggle as an Igbo thing. It's not possible because already many Ijaw sons and daughters know that even the name was like a reminder that came from amongst our Ijaw elders. That is when they consulted. What do we call this? Our struggle. It's not as if the name Biafra was given by Franco Pigo. No, it has been there before. But just like you narrated in your history, they had to go back and say, okay, since this one Biafra has already been recognized and known, let us suggest to the bigger, to the larger house that we call this our nation Biafra. It's not as if Franco Pigo, by inspiration on his own, gave it Biafra. No. But he was instructed,
chiefs
yes,
that
by the leaders, yes, all the elders came together, exactly, and agreed, and we gave it Biafra. And that's to show you how committed, how united, how I also go back to this about women's riot, they call it riot, but it's not a riot, it's just a minor protest of substitution and resistance against evil. Women came together. How did they come together, sir? To 1928, there was no GSM. No telephone. So what were they speaking? What language? How were they able to? And I also need to understand very well that only a fraction of Igbo women made that about women's protest. Majority came from Ijaw, Anand, Esik, Ibilio, Ishekiri, Urobo, Isoko, really, but they all gathered in Aba. Yes, our Igbo mothers were there too. What am I saying? That the struggle itself, right from that time up to now, it is being spearheaded. We are so in support of this. So people come to tell us that the Ijaw people see the Biafra struggle now as an Igbo something. It's a very big lie. It's part of the propaganda, the lies they came and told us just during just like they told us in the civil the genocidal war that they were killing all of us. They came fire subterfuge and
they called it Igbo stuff, and they were killing Ijaw. They didn't spare Ishekiri.
That was how
they spare Urobo. Finima was killed in the north. Hello? And Igodomego died in the north. People from Akoko Edo died in the north. Yet there is Igbo that they said is the enemy. They went to Asaba and killed our people in Asaba massacre because of the Kaduna and Zogo. Today they tell you are not Igbo. Some don't listen, you are not Igbo. Jojo Kocha, tell them they are not Igbo. They are not Igbo. We'll give you appointment. But they came to their place and massacred all the men because they are Igbo, and that's what you are. So, Mazi, I want to ask you another question. You answered where the one you answer about the notion that Biafra agitation is just an Igbo thing. Now, another thing I want to ask. When I want you to yes, when I want you to was in Kuje. The first time he was arrested, the day he made a statement, you know, the zoo government offered him 5 Igbo states to go because because of the way he was wired. Let me tell you honestly, if I'm in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shoes, I would not leave him. I'm just being honest with you now. Do you know how many people that died? Because Mazi said, no, I'm not leaving my job brothers. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that Biafra women carry placard for his release when he was held in Kuje prison, that it didn't touch him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too compassionate. That's why I said he's too compassionate for the work he's doing. He's too loving. This work is for animals, beasts, people like us. That you want to kill my brother, we'll go outside. Let everybody die. Yes. Why will you be killing my brother? And you want me to talk? They want us to keep quiet.
It was this comment. It was this.
So Mazi said he will not leave those people alone. And that's where we are today.
Yes. It was this affirmative statement from our Chinedu that made us sing this song. As at that time, I remember when we were singing it. Behold the manner of love, MNK are giving unto us. Behold the manner of love, MNK are giving unto us. That we should be called fellow Biafrans. That we should be called fellow Biafrans. And we're singing it passionately with tears in our eyes. So don't worry, we have a picture Biafrans. They are plenty. We are not. It's just that because of the subjugation, because of the fear, because of the intimidation, because of, everybody wants to live to see Biafra. So, and because of the economic downturn, they intentionally and deliberately have tampered with our economy, with the economy, and with our economic life. No business, nothing. They moved everything. And this is what I used myself as a pointer to bring my brothers back on track. Whatever this our Igbo people that Igbo people are suffering, our Igbo brothers are suffering, you are also suffering to show you that we are the same. Whatever depression, oppression, deprivation, marginalization that the interland in the Igbo speaking Biafran part is suffering, we are suffering. So we are even the major target for destruction and for total annihilation. In fact, they said that we are even a conquered territory. So today I want to bless the name of Chuko Kabiama Iba Zibatamara, Aziba, Nanoway Awaji. Come on, that today we still have not a handful, sir. We are plenty. It's just that opportunity had not come, and because of the economic downturn here in the zoo, it takes a little more sacrifice. I can't wait. I speak about it fluently.
Address them in your language, please.
I will greet them in a job. We have many ways of greeting depending on the condition and the situation. For example, now we want to say area way. They will say area way, hey. Asa way, that's for the men. Asa way, hey. Then we now say is not what. That is for the who want to meet in the meeting. Then we now say Asawana. That is for warriors. One want to go just like in Spain. My Calabari, you don't really care like Banny Boy, mean by people. Maybe one Minapuna, sort a boss, what a Temebuluma Temoko, one Sibiana, the Major Bulumai, good to Pinbakai, one Yosra, the Aka, what woman gave me. I put it to Gary and Nnamdi Kanu Tamno, so the Kina Temra Tamno, one double, one Tamno, or free my mom, Mr. Woman, one Semiana. Buluma ina idu one pray. Obume yeno ibo oburisomia. Obosoba chaka oru ongi flow flua. Kuma Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gote boyane me kamlo ko of freme obeki animeji fate. Me freme gote inokunte okay. Ikoro ino suure. Me ndakora borte makora brote. Makora bo inoteka. Pasisi me woso na Biafra gbodo me woso ngwa iyo iti Biafra ke so aso ibiri na ma ke so na nke bi na ma tara na mokbala Imo State na, Abia State na, okay, Imo State na, Abia State na, Anambra State na, Ebonyi State na. No, Obosofori. Amma kwekwe na Delta Imo Ebonyi Abia Anambra Enugu Bayelsa me okay River State na mameso anamoko wake no igota one Akwa Ibom Cross Rivers Urobo one go way me oba mama go Ondo na Edo part of the Pakrina na Mazi na bikano bemeso one na for Raome amod go pray neso or Raome go onegesoba and then the Mazi na bikano I'm coming back. So Kekana Kalabari, Ejona Omeso Gastranga, Erebro Kai Joe, Kalabari Joe, Izon, Natiki, John Kamana, Osmanga, Opoki, Minafu, Minasodiki, one Nafu Bina, Noabrena, maybe I met Mako, Toro Sukana, Ganina, Maniana, oh, Impassi, Equinso, Siapo, Piapoteme. Britain apute one Biafra na Fulani na Yoruba na baputa fume bi ngolomate bala pelena kana e gani gbani ake wana sugu so ate o be ko wana wuri gibe boranga ane moko ni me mo sake na otolo me na teke moko wana giplona wana tamna ko wana mijina wana toruna wana ego ko ite ko bo me why ni brada ma kabuta pa na mo ko ke ni me moko wana giplo I have a Muslim Kiplona. You got a Muslim Kiplona. Oh, Jikawani. Akakai, what carrier? One hour make a moko in the table total swintam, but you couldn't have Equina Pro at the beginning. I like them to you, who will support a kaka. After the moment became Bassy, the full man because they want a woman. Kemogo, Jagaban, Magical, enough of magic kind. I already got a Yaminapo. Already, it's Megasmanga, one name after the Osimajikoto of Fate, Fulefu, of Fate, Kuma, Tamro Pitoro, what the Torosiam Rabo, Jawo me, Oro, Tenecro, Ojukro, Bacro, Bimbocro, the Kitamurica for Bravo, Mazinam, the Kana, Passport, Beneso, one nature me, maybe a family man, one company by the Kuruma, Gata people, I'm going away, one nation up, one night. One now, Anango, Efico, video, Bagulmate, Tamno, Digibujabo, Magna, Karuna. The case, now, and I don't
look, listen, Mazi, you have overshot your time, but I'm giving you more time.
I'm sorry.
I stop what you're doing. Listen, I have another question for you. Though you were speaking in your own language, you just brought a question to me now to my mind. Asari Dokubo, one of the Ifajunas, Samale Badem, class of this age and time, people that love to kill their people, we kill them, their family. Now, Asari Dokubo is training boys, go to Abuja and demonstrate for Tinubu. What has Tinubu? What has Nigeria as a country since inception? What have Nigerian government done for its own people? Tell me. I can talk. When Jonathan was president in Nigeria, I don't support Nigerian politics. I don't. The last time I voted was, that might be like 20, 30 years ago when I voted. Now, I don't support Nigerian politics. But when Jonathan contested for presidency, all of us knew Jonathan is an Igbo man. Forget your Ijo, we don't give a damn. Ijo man is Igbo. We'll see you as our own. Yes. Jonathan won every election, anywhere. If you see any vote there, know that the few they were able to rig, count for another person. That's what's in it. Now, what is the basis? On what ground will anybody wake up? And a Ijo man wake up, go and be protested, and you want to defend Tinubu? What kind of foolishness is that? How do you quantify that kind of madness in Ijo? I want you to talk about that in Ijo language. Let Ijo people hear that this person want to mislead our people because of his stomach infrastructure. Because he's interested in what to get, just like the way Audios Kanu wants to get, is interested. Wike is interested in his pocket. All of them, only in their pocket. They have no plan for our people. What have Nigeria done for Ijo people? This is 63 years. They have been stealing their oil. Britain and British, France, British, American, France, all of them are in Ijo land. Stealing, disgrading the land. Local fishermen cannot go and fish again. They can't go to farm in Ogoni land. Somebody wake up and his own son wake up is bragging. They want to defend Tinubu. I don't support Tinubu. Never would I support Tinubu. But let's be realistic. What on earth will make somebody wake up and say he's going to defend Tinubu in power? It's not even that the Tinubu is qualified. It's not even that the Tinubu won election. Is what can Tinubu do for his own people? That's my question.
Mazi, you see,
and his German. Yes, in what calculations? Yes. How can Tinubu help his job people?
In 30 seconds, let me just quickly say a little thing in English before I enter my language in the next maybe 1 minute. Mazi, you see, just like as he is, our Hindu has already told us everything before. Now, I don't tell people this. That is a man that came from Germany. He worshipped with Redeemed Christian Church of God Mission. He was one of the pastors. Pastor Emmanuel came and he spoke about the agenda, the Islamic agenda and the British agenda, all of them put together for the Niger Delta, the South South, so-called Niger Delta, the South South. That's a criminal name. Fine. And part of it was to get some radical Niger Delta youths, empower them, take them to Mecca, give them possibly if they accept, make them Muslims. If they don't, we let them have sympathy from Islamism and the rest of them, and then so after the Kobo and a few handful of them is a perfect example. He is playing the card out, but that's no problem. We don't have a problem because already my joy is that my brothers have known him. Most of my brothers, well-meaning brothers, as in people that in their right mind have known him. This idiot you are seeing parading around a bunch of criminals, riffraffs, tramadol and codeine and other drug takers like him. You understand? Are you seeing those guys? Do they look at human beings? Are they reasonable? These are men that when they bring him to the interland to attack our AFN, it doesn't take the Nigerian soldiers, Nigerian mistakes, set them up and kill them. They are fools. You understand? They are fools. So I am not moved because he does not have a camp, he does not have an army. We don't consider Asari Dokubo's followers, those idiots as boys, because all they know is to take Igbo and the rest of them, so that we don't count them in. A well-meaning, well-trained person in the military, in a different way, can handle 3,500 of them. They are fools.
Yes, of course. Leave those countries. You are coming. Why are you bother about them? Talk another thing. Those ones are not great. How many are they?
Yes, that said, this Asia, this thing in the creek is not even worth mentioning this other part. How
will somebody in German go and be defending people? They have done everything to keep us supported.
The motive is still the same, sir. For his pocket and his belly, he's answered it. And I have to tell my brothers that he has killed many of our cousins, our husbands, our brothers, and even some few girls who also followed. They died in the process of, send them to this place, go and help the army as mercenaries, and they kill them there. And none of them, Abunima, Pakana, Apalama, Kakama, Kagama, Puguma, his own town, they are running from him. When he's coming, they run away because he doesn't want them to forcefully inscript them into the something. So he's somehow, we know him. Most of those who are not even from another type of sir. Most of them are from prisoners that were released for him. You know the zoo, there is nothing they cannot do. They were prisoners, condemned prisoners, from northern area. From Boko Haram and Fulani were prisoners. Just a mixture of them. The well-meaning is your people, but the job boys don't join them. IYC, they don't. I know that they may not be as selfless as we are, but they are more sensible, at least to be able to protect their lives. They're running from him. Rather, they will choose to go with Tompolo or father, that is a take a turn for now. And that man is calm and is calculated, and I'm still watching him. Once in a while, I told him I want to bring his decision of these days to really tell him his stand and to fraternize with him because we need him. He will come in, he is more sensible. I take a turn, the king of Okochiri, who is far stronger and more sensible than even in this Asari Dokubo making noise.
Don't be mentioning names. Please don't mention names. Such information are very sensitive. No, keep it to yourself. So, speak to your people in your language. Finally, just wrap up. Tell them to get ready. Listen, we're not joking. We will soon hit. Excuse me. We're coming. Listen, the outcome of the court case, the outcome of Onyendu's court case on Thursday is inconsequential. We know they'll get interested in what is doing. We're coming. And we're coming. Bible says that the kingdom of God suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. We are coming by force. We're not coming to beg again. There will be no negotiation. The day we close our border, no more negotiation. We don't want to talk to anybody from the zoo. We don't want to talk to UN. We don't want to talk to AU. We don't want to talk to ECOWAS. When we start our nation, we already have countries we are dealing with now. There are countries that can buy our products. Listen, Biafra will run a confederacy. A joint nation will be on its own. That's what I wanted to tell your people now. There will be nothing like an Igbo man is the head of all your rubbish. Biafra will run a confederacy. Manage your resources. We'll pay tax to run the center. That was what Ojukwu agreed with them in Aburi. Before those animals that can't reason, Britain tell them, go and kill your brothers. For Britain to steal oil and they went. And today they're still killing their brothers. For Britain to continue stealing. Now we'll run a confederacy where a joint nation will run on its own. Their constitution will be written in a job. That is why I say our languages will become official. You want to do business with the joint nation, you go and look for someone that can write a job interpret for you or else. To hell with you. In fact, when we come to Biafra, I'm going to move the motion. We will have official dressing in all our official and government houses. If you are coming to a joint nation, a joint government house, for any official thing, you don't dress in a joint dressing. Security will not allow you in. From the gate, you will not allow you. Are you hearing me now? So if you're coming to a joint nation for anything, where you just dressing, and you must learn to greet in a job. You must learn to greet people in a job language. So if you are coming to a job to do business, you have to go and take a few lessons on a job language. So you'll be able at least greet in a job. Mazi, can you hear me? Am I coming out loud and clear?
Very well, sir. I can hear you loud and clear.
So our people must learn our language. And all the churches in our land that don't know how to speak our language, they will go home. Everything will change. We are going to write all our religious books to be written in our language to suit our demographics, to suit our way of life. They brought all the nonsense that the Roman Catholic Church did. We are going to work. We are not going to go to found them all. They brought all their ancestors, made them saints. Even in our land, they will build an altar for Saint Jude. They are bowing to it, but they can't buy to Ebesu. They can't buy to Alangobi. All those rubbish have to stop. If anybody want to start by, if you want to bow to any image, if it's not something that we know, we will destroy it. They must respect our culture. We are coming. We are coming in the way we are coming. No black race have not seen what we want to bring. We are going to bring a nation that everybody will be proud of. If you are a black man, you want to be like Biafra. Because in Biafra, we go speak. If you come to Biafra, you are speaking French. You go out for that office. You go wait for French ambassador to come and speak. You must speak our language. So all our languages is the official language. A joint nation will write their constitution in a job. Aurobo, Ishekiri will have their own nation managed by them. Igodomigdo will be on their own. Ishan will have their own country, their own nation. What will bind us together, like Onyedu said, is security and education. All the countries all the nations will run independently. Igala will have their own nation, where their constitution will be written in Igala language, managed by Igala people. Their resources will be managed by Igala people who only contribute tax to run the center. We have a weak center. It's not where one state, look at, do you know how much Kanu state has collected from the zoo? For how many years now? Where the oil comes from? They say they're giving them 30%, they give them change. Then people that have nothing are taking all the money, stealing all the money. We won't do that in Biafra. There will be no room for cheating. We're going to run a kind of country where there will be transparency. This cannot get to power. If you steal 1 naira in Biafra, we'll hang you on market square. That's what Onyedu said, and that's what we're going to show. How this somebody, there'll be nothing like rigging election in Biafra. It won't work. Those nonsense will not happen. Michael Okpara operated what they call pragmatic socialism. Listen, sir, this thing they call democracy is a Western theory, Western philosophy. We're already thinking now. We're looking at how was Michael Okpara able to manage the Eastern region economy that was the fastest growing in the world for a whole decade? For 10 years. How was he able to do it? He practiced what they call pragmatic socialism. We need to go and learn. We need to go and check how did this man do it? Igbo society has the oldest democracy in the world. That is on record. The Igbo society. was an egalitarian society. They had what we call, consensual democracy. So we need to go back to those things. We're not going to practice the Western things. We'll teach them our own. Because we were practicing democracy before they started. So we need to go back. We're going to develop our languages. Our languages will be strong. Our culture, what we call religion is not religion. It's a culturalization. The West use religion to come and destroy our originality, destroy our essence, destroy our peace, create chaos among us. All that nonsense must be revived. Please, people in your language, get them to get ready. Well, very soon they will blow whistle. In IPO, once the people on top of the US give us order, which youth are coming. We're not sending anybody. We don't need any army, white army to come. What we need from them, well, the DOS have done their work. What we just need is instrument. And that instrument, DOS is ready. So any moment from now, we will land, we hit the ground. So all the youth should get ready. The moment they blow, we say, we are coming. I'm not telling you we will talk. You won't hear me from air. You're going to see us. We will come. And we're going to come. Let the demon, let that British that created them come and fight us. We're ready to drown like the savannah. All of us will not drown. A few will remain. The remnants that will remain will live a good life. Our children will live free. Our children will live good life. Go to Biafra. I was in Biafra 2 years ago. If you see the time road, and I went to where they first discovered oil. Elubiri area, what's it called? I felt like I was crying. I felt like so my brother, I address your language. Let me go to another person. And Apotu Obaro, please get ready. On Monday, I want to go to Ishekiri. I want to go to Isoko now from Ejo. So my brother, round up quickly. Talk to your people in your language. People get ready. Thank
you, Mazi. Ana me take sisi klaba na ome ejo na ome okeka na ome otu ngaslanga oba sekena torfukana egbaniana ya igbulomana me jina oba re pa amoko oro boko abna bo tenema emna so apana lati sebelate ngwanu otu ngaslanga opokio ne somoko wa omu bia wa pike omu bulumaye wana bugula de dia kuma why this sete papa simeke totoro ke lele ma digite an ba puta puna en bata puna wa ma bela bra mo na ba ya bra ofori ane meke wa bra so ate wa nan ba wana mnapo wana binam na bra so te moko ala agribo faya mo bra so te fona bi bo telema bro mo ke bo wa na bo ba ma wa bravo Nigeria ibo ibi se kom na mi ha me Nigeria one Nigeria me to bi wa bi na Nigeria me ade go so fori me me ba ane na 3 years of independence adu mbala wa to igeri te ka bare tebo wa to igeri te jona mabo bebe zo area wa ma puluna wa ma gasna wa ma ibo no ke tante wa ma miji site miji wa bare na torona apachina imo go banga go si area you go si tante ko mo fori burtu mba be ama at barani ko wa ma bigi wa ma bigi make me ma retre ane me te digi bravo wa ko bori be bakate yo maro bori soma yo mo ko wa bori wa to fini demo ko reno so digi make time ma na be Kanu na US na bigi IPOB na mo wa be digi maybe me to what the be me Nigeria dey kwa pe di akma wa na se bi na na wa bi me na IPOB na bigi Biafra bona ane ini bi ko na pro ari ne me dey bravo o baram na o yo maro bori soma te mo saki wa ma bori bi guma wa ma bi na bori bi guma te mo ko be asobia one baba so te mo ko kirikiri yala bribo imbo je be o me so pleta de kuruma Biafra bojo wa ni babele ani me ko te ma kalabare ye mo me bi ni gbere mo di ask me papa be kere aba papa be there. Thank you, Mazi. I appreciate you, sir.
Mazi, I appreciate you. You spoken well. God bless you. I want to go to Ishekiri. I want to go to Isoko. I want to go to Godomigodo. Others, if I can't take them, don't worry. In 2 weeks' time, we'll come back. Now, I'm moving to Isoko nation, and I want to hear Isoko language on the air. I want every Isoko person, wherever you are now, open your ears and you hear a message from an apostle, from a servant of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of Isoko descent. Obaro Apotre, please, you have the airways. And tell on money to get ready. I want the Shekiri to take over after Isoko. Okay, Urobo. Okay, let me take Isoko and take Shekiri. I'll come back to Urobo. Now, go ahead.
Good evening, Biafrans. Good evening, my leader, I come to you from Isoko Nation in Biafra land. My name is Ezioge Asino.
Don't divulge too much of your information. Only your name. Many people can hear this name, but don't talk much about who you are, please, for security reasons. God bless you, sir.
It's okay. Thank you very much, my leader. Yes, the Isoko people are certainly Biafrans. We are Biafrans in many ways. Culturally, of course, which you have explained, culturally we are Biafrans. One significant thing that an Isoko man is known to be a Biafran also have a related cultural activity with the Igbos is people from Ohafia. We the Isokos are known for as Isoko Tolopia, meaning men of war, of swords men. You know the Ohafia people, they are warriors. The same thing, we the Isokos are known as warriors, men of swords. And that is why you see, we are one of the strong people and vocal people in the so-called Delta. That is why they succeeded in dividing the Isoko to Isoko North and Isoko South, which, because they want to break that aggression we have as a bond. That is why they do. My mother is Isoko North, my father is Isoko South. Meanwhile, it's just a farm settlement that is separating these both communities. You can imagine, just to divide and rule, and to divide us further from our Igbo relative as well. You can imagine, sometime I was in the north when I was doing some business before Mazi and Kanu warned us to come back, but I refused. But I was still doing my business there like a farm activity. Do you know that Fulani herdsmen, they even know us more than ourselves, that we are from the so-called coastal area. They attacked my farm, destroyed everything. I tried to make case. They say, hey, go back to your place. You in Yamiri. I say, no, I'm not in Yamiri. I'm from Delta. I'm from Ijo. They say, hey, my friend, all of you are one people, so you don't even know people. So sometimes I imagine our people that we don't even know.
Please repeat that statement. I want to remind you. Yes. Please repeat that statement. What the Fulani man told you. Repeat it again.
He said, "I'm in Yamiri," which is
give me water. That's what they call Igbo.
Exactly. So you see, they know us even more than we know ourselves. So when our people begin to say, I'm not Igbo, I'm not this. Meanwhile, in Isoko land, we used to call somebody that is old, an elderly person. If you are old and maybe you die, we will say Oki Igbono. And Igbo means people of the ancients. That means when you are old in Isoko, they address you as that. Oki Igbono is old. So you see the relationship in it. So, but yet some of our people that the Nigerian mentality has entered refuse to see this. But thankfully, we are working very hard to make them understand these things. So, but I'm sure by the grace of God, by the grace of Ogene, these phase will pass. Because before now, people like us too, we believe so much in the zoo. But thankfully for the preachings and all that, our eyes have come to open and we've known ourselves. Quickly, let me also speak in my language and let my people.
Let me ask a question before you go into the language. I'm sorry, I'm just being inquisitive. Is there too much disparity? That's what they call corollary. Is there very similarity or corollary between Isoko and Yoruba? Is there, because I see them as one people. Is there so much difference in their language and culture?
There's absolutely no difference. The only difference is just a stress pattern. When Isoko man say nyaze, Urobo man will say nyare. I mean, it's just a stress pattern that is the difference.
You understand each other. When they speak, you understand them.
We understand each other. No difference. Yes.
I was amazed because it's Isoko I'm talking about. There are some names in Isoko that mean the same thing in Igbo. Okoro Dudu.
Okoro.
Is that the same? And the same Okoro in Igbo. Yes. This is our leader, our brothers, Ejuru. The surname. His surname means the same thing in Igbo. So many names in Isoko that are the same in Igbo. How come? Have you tried to find out? But me, I'm a researcher. Yes. I bought everything what it bothers me. I go into everything. Anything I see, I understand. Until I unravel it, I will not sleep. Have you wondered why are there these similarities in our names? Have you found a topic for another?
Okay. It basically to be a topic for another, but basically we are related in so many ways, in our culture, in our tradition, in the way we practice marriages, in the way we do our circumcisions and all that. We are all related. It's just the Isoko, the Urobo, the Igodomigodo are relatives of. It's like when a family is growing. That was then at the Igbo land, when family is growing, and some children begin to migrate to other places and all that. That is how most of us came to settle in different parts of this geographical expression we are calling Nigeria today. You understand?
You have reminded me something now. I had this friend back in the days. He worked in an oil company. Was a colleague somewhere. Anyway, we were conversing. That was when they wanted to choose somebody between Obasanjo and Alex Ekweme. So when they did that PDP primaries many years ago, and they picked Obasanjo, the man was lamenting. He said, that's the best presidential candidate Nigeria ever had. How do you mean? Say Nigeria has lost again. That they've left somebody that has something to offer, and they're going to pick somebody for political correctness. I took interest. What do you mean? And the Sokomanu, he started talking. He started giving me historical facts. He said that the Isokos were hunters that migrated from Onitsha. That the Isoko people were hunters that migrated from Onitsha into the bush, where they went to hunt one elephant or one particular species of animal, and then they stay put for there. So that you see
where the man landed was called Ozoro today. Ozoro. That is how it is. The hunter he was talking about landed in Ozoro.
All right. Talk to your people in a tell them to get ready that the trumpet will soon sound. Excuse me, this is the message. That the trumpet will soon sound. A release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or not is consequential. When the trumpet sound, we will land Biafra land. The whole of Biafra territory will be protected. We're coming to take over our land. When we are ready, we demand for Kanu. When we ask for Kanu, you tell us any nonsense. Then we'll begin by avenging Biafra war. We have done the computation. In the next, I'll give you how many figures that Zoo has killed. We're going to revenge on the Zoo. We're going to revenge on everybody that killed a Biafra will pay. Then we'll ask for Kanu. They talk rubbish. You know, it's a royal blood. God forbid they kill Kanu. We use 10 million to bury him. We need 10 million Zoo animals for that. You know they will not tell that rubbish. So talk to your people, tell them to get ready that the trumpet is about to sound. So tell them what it's about and speak it in your language. God bless you. Well, all money is shaky. Get ready.
Okay. Isoko Wado, Soko Biafra man Wado, maybe your white Bobby, Isoka, Wisoko Bobby, or Isoko Bobby, area Bobby, one river, Abona. I'm away Biafra, my Isoko, my way Biafra. Area Bobby na based on Hive, where they tie two-piece wrapper in the whole of Nigeria. And so what in ya area Bobby, what in area na based on Hive, when you're a Biafra, where woman in my traditionally I raise on Hive they tie two-piece wrapper. Anywhere on here no my way Biafra, Obi Bolando, area Bobby, Obe Kogi State, Niti Benue, Rito Bonabobi. I won't in my resume. The Biafra ma betana. Ote ansino. I wish soko at we business at a manager wari now evoti soko. Evo koroki soko I wish soko. I wigbo at a manager right. Or on a wigbo at a sisu my ijo. I wijo at this woman. I want you get the artist woman. Or no we job or line as obi soko ti wo business kwari bobi very round o we soko ave we business na abeg ali a proposal in Biafra when any tribe come to Isoko nation to do any business, you take somebody from the Isoko tribe and you do the business equally. So the one of the proposals for Biafra. So my wo na bobi mate benefit why no road to my bobi mate control right mate ro Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ma wolono asie no kan me no ro kan na oti kri ati sie no so ma wisoko bobi ma ewo ma fio awisoko na ro bi zubo na ro bi Lagos e Kanu wa ewo ma fio wa boziogun so that ma be ku ma be ku abo ma be build on in nation no ma ma be propose na ma be tana ma wisoko ma ri bobo a movement na awurugo awishekiri ariere so awo na bi uvome inena wa wole ba wa teroje family ojo kede ma ve ku boku ma ve nya isuko aro even struggle na kan jangwere isuko wa de ijo ma dikia ga mero na aje kusoma ni isuko tolobia oro piana they used to call us isuko tolobia the salt men. Where is the salt now? We are behaving cowardly. No, we should change that mentality. We need to reawaken that spirit of warrior in us. We should awaken that there's no need for fear anymore. The whole world is aware of our case. So therefore, we should reawaken that spirit of this Sokoma, the spirit of this source men, like the Hofia people. That is what we are asking. Ko January, mekweme na hono isuko wado, Biafra so wado. Thank you, my leader. Talk to my people.
Mazi, I want to start taking classes in our language. I've done I just done small now. I can call all the names of God in all the Biafra languages right now.
Okay.
I can talk about God. I even in Isuko, Urobo, Ishekiri, Igala, Agatu, Igodo, I can all of them. So that's the way I want to start. Because why? I want to learn Biafra. I want to start speaking. I want to learn Biafran languages. I want to start speaking other Biafran languages within the next 5 years. You see, we'll try to learn. If you're in America, you will start learning Spanish. You see, in America, even though it's an English country, somebody will come around you, he starts speaking Astra La Vista, Astra this, Astra that. This is a small, unconsciously, you start learning it. You start learning how to speak Spanish. You know, you don't even know where it's coming from. And you go to other parts of Europe, and the Scandinavia, some other part of Europe, you start learning funny strange language will not concern you. You start learning French. What is it? In Biafra,
you have to don't want to
after speaking in Sokona, you must learn to speak Urobo. You will learn how to speak Ishekiri. You will learn to speak Igbo. All of us must learn how to speak a language. Nobody will respect us until we respect ourselves. Until you learn to kick off on now, speak all through in your local language. No white man will respect you. That's why nobody respects us anywhere in the world. We're too cowardized. We're struggling to learn another person's language and we can't speak our own. Until you are proud of yourself, nobody values you. Okay? The value system has to start from you. It has to start with you. So in Biafra, we must value ourselves. We must learn our languages. We must be our name. If I have my way, I'm going to suggest in Biafra that once Biafra comes, any child that is giving birth, the first name of the child will be where you come from. If an Isoko child, for instance, now you give birth, your child will bear Isoko name as first name. Middle name can be anything. Middle name can come from your mother's side. Middle name can be religious name. Every child will bear first name, your native name, your nationality. Your surname must be your nationality. We will not have an Igbo man, a born Pekin. What will be a Pekin name? It's in a Thomas. What it means, and the other name, he called the name of a reverend father. One name that has no bearing to our life, has no importance, there's no fruitful, no useful. That name has no philosophical, spiritual, no relevance to who we are. And you're bearing those useless names. That's what those children grow up, they become useless. Because they're bearing names that have no bearing to who they are. Names that have no significance. So we must bear our names. Yes. So when you call your name, we know that this one is Ishekiri. This is Urobo. Yeah. This is Igbo. It's not that you call your name, they start asking, where are you from? Your name should be your first identity. That's why we have problem. When you see an Italian, once you call your name, you know this one is Italian. You see in those days in World Cup, if is it Bulgaria? Which country? Lechkov, Bayakov, this Kov, Stoikov. Once you hear a Kov, even in Premiership, you know that it's from so country.
You know the red.
That is identity. Yes. It's only in Africa that we've been bastardized. We hate ourselves. We hate our name. We must begin to love ourselves. Until you begin to love your name, love the language, the tongue you speak, then you have not started. Love our food, our local food. Love our dressing. In Biafra land, when Biafra comes, nobody will wear plain suit and come for National Assembly. We'll send you away. Go to France. You must dress your local attire. And anything foreign will not be encouraged in Biafra. We have 4 manufacturing cars now, 4, maybe 5. Let them produce cars. Buy and start paying high purchase. All those junk they come to dump in Africa will not come close to our port. We'll be exporting country. We'll produce and be exporting things. We don't have business with deportation. Because everything we need to import from abroad, we have it. What do we import from abroad in the zoo? Finished products. The raw materials leave our source. So we create job. How do you create job? Stop exporting crude oil. Build refineries. Anybody that need oil should buy refined one. By that you have created job. By that you have created resources, revenue. You increase your per capita income when everybody is gainfully employed. When you do more of export than import. That is it. See in the zoo, they always buy dollar. They don't care about it. They don't protect the economy. Innocent is producing car. Fulani goes to Korea to buy cars. Lagos State is bringing vehicles from Asia. When Innocent is producing them, you see how much they hate us. They want you to say to go and vote. You people should need this thing. Let's like what's his name? Pius Anyam. You say you want to negotiate. Go and negotiate. Any nonsense and negotiating. Those people should stop begging. Don't beg for Mazi Nnamdi. Go and tell your politicians, go and tell your friends that they should respect their own law. And release Mazi Nnamdi and do that quickly. And engage the DOS because it will be too late. They will think that's the way they talk. In a short while now, we'll close our border. And that's fine now. Anything I want to go give her now. So Mazi, you're blessed. Omoni, can I hear your voice for the Ishekiri nation? Omoni, can you hear me, please?
Okay, Joe. Okay. Good evening. Good evening.
John, Omoni, are you in John?
Yes. Joe Biafra.
Okay, Joe, are you?
Yeah. Biafra in Kulu Kumasa.
Okay, no problem. You already have the mic.
Yes.
Please, in your language, address your people. Tell them the importance of Biafra and tell them that we're going home to get ready. You know, your people, I was researching into your cosmology of Ijo. I saw that their spirituality revolve around Ebusu. So when they say Asawana, then it's telling you, everybody get ready to fight. Pick up your arms, then Ebusu will protect you. Yes. That's the philosophy. Yeah. But again, there's another thing I read there that was pretty interesting. It says that you shouldn't be the one to find trouble. Let the first find you trouble. So once they find you trouble, go and fight. Ebusu will protect you. Do you see that our spirituality is holier than that of the white man? Our spirituality is cleaner than what they practice in Catholic Church. Our spirituality is cleaner than what they practice in all these other religions of the West. But there they do, they turn things to favor themselves. Our spirituality is based on purity. Even in Igbo land, that is asking, if you want to go and do anything against somebody, you must have what do you put it? Evidence. The person must be guilty. Are you getting me? So how does you come into equity with clean hand? It's rooted in our spirituality. It's part of who we are. So in Ijo land, you don't go and look for trouble. They say, wait, let somebody find you trouble. Once they find you trouble, what he's trying to say is that our goals, our ancestors is saying, revenge is mine. If they find you trouble, then I will come and fight for you. You get it? So please speak to your people in your language. Do that quickly because I already had Ijo spoke. But since you already you are taking the mic, I want you to talk. Speak in your own particular dialect. You are that part of Ijo where you come from. Speak with your own tongue. Speak with that your intonation. How do you put it? Your accent rather.
Yes, okay, sir. It's on. It's on Kanu and Mo is on. It's on to do now is on. It's on come farm on the mirror. We'll allow an arm on one ma. It's on. Asawana, Asamanda, Yefa. Oh no, is on to a pay if you're in ladder way. When the Kanu and Mama by the way. Now, Biafra was out say, me, and my old out more, 2 benums in me. Arin, Bokwa, you 2 daughter, Ari Rafa, if I. And Debe, baby Biafra, if ye, Winnie, one go more, Abakanana Bokwa, Manana, orakuna na bokpokori nda ugbele na kan kpo akara bok sei kan kpo ka fna e won bemi wa ma mun no we tu bitiki aba woni kama ma perle mo war me paper lemon mutmoke bim tekri wotu mo da tie wore woda timo la dowe wo bomo mudowa e ndebe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tie wore inde kamo barasi abana want mo la dowe ndebe zonto ama wo wongwa ma perle mo kume arbokpo $2 arera fangi fifa e ndebe izombe do payo miayo izombe do payo mi e tubi ni mo gba mi tubi beka monun gba Biafra otu ama Igbo otu ama igba mi otu mo igbegbere ama e ade tisi ndaba wo bere twai mbara o were mbara o manana wo akana na wo life mo yiri mbara mo se kpokeni ama e ndebe wo teme sobi imopo idaba ori imopo ye ken mbara e de yofa e woni wo timikitim were de ko Pinotu amake bo pu monimi wo pu modo bo se woni do Fatima la do we na izon to a ibe bo ba ka gba no dia yi wo se kenukulu na warwan la do wo se kenukulu na warwan la do mun lana na oprno yama fang mi ma pasi se ye wo se mene selitera mwani nda wo amabo mu nda woni wo gbeleme nim yese woni korna kie izon kan famo ni ma wo mpara o mi amon mengama asanwana asma dede yefa izon to no bate meni dimba kala gbegbelmo fa o nda igba no de anyi o se bekamon wo ba me wo binotu igba mi kamo ini wo kama amai Korwan megbe yotu amayi ini wo binotu amayi za kuma wonna eme bekemo ko wo mo wanti mene mo la de ko binotu amakbo na wo die mon sinimi dodo na ya na obulubo to awar mo la do we ison to ama woni enum no ngopre da woni ken wan moda woni Biafra won mona na e bem na na daba o men wote amakda ateng megbirugbo yo fa e woki wo bukara na ndiye mose woki mo akanana bolo fi mo mutumi me izonto a arwa edo igberi moto pati meni dimba kala npo mo pape ken igberi magba no de ami wo seriti e wo ken okulu nana wo ken wane besaya pati mo ade igberi fa yeah thank you very much sir.
Wow, that is powerful. Amoni, God bless you. We have come. This generation, we're not an accidental discharge. There's something about us that I need people to understand. Elohim has planned this time, but people don't know. There are some of us, the way we emerge, people that don't understand are asking questions. And they can't understand because these questions are spiritual. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the way he came is mysterious. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came because Elohim brought him for a purpose. So one of the questions I wanted to ask is, who are you? What is the purpose for your life? Why are you here? Have you bothered to ask yourself, who am I? So as a Biafra, who are you? Why did God bring you here? If now, I don't know what your age is, you don't know your purpose for your life, you're a failure, you're wasted. You must find out, you must know why they brought you. The only reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is alive to restore Biafra. I saw somebody made a post, I think the wife made a post a while ago that I received. She was talking about what they said, maybe when they met, when they were cutting. Then what do you want to do in life? She said she wants to run a charity organization or stuff like that. Then you, how about you? He said, I want to help my people to be free. That is the only agenda he has. He understood his agenda. Then somebody called John the Baptist. Permit me, I'm still making reference to that book, to the white man God. I'm still making reference to the book, because that is how we train for now. Until you people give us a better, a viable alternative, we'll continue with it. So, John the Baptist They said it's the forerunner of Christ. The only assignment John the Baptist has is to prepare the way for Christ to come. The day Christ started his ministry, John the Baptist ceased to exist. He was arrested. He was incarcerated. He sent his boys. Don't ask him, are we expecting another Messiah? Don't you know I'm locked up? He said, go and tell him that the blind now see. The lame now walk. The deaf are now talking. That's, you have fulfilled your assignment. You have to prepare way for me, and I've come, I've started ministry, so you have to fizzle away. And how you die is inconsequential. No wonder they cut off his head in a trepan. So some of us, the reason why we're here is to restore Biafra. I'm not saying if I need for you to like me. That's the agenda. Nobody told me about Biafra. I was not prospected by any IPOB member. I didn't hear about IPOB from IPOB people. I don't listen to news back in the days in the zoo, because anything you hear from Nigerian news make you sad. Or you hear that one illiterate, heading one ministry has stolen billions and people are suffering. Or you hear that somebody has collected contract, he didn't do it. So I don't listen to Nigerian news. I didn't know there was anything called IPOB. And I never knew there was somebody called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It was in a place of prayer. Hello, he told me that you did for Biafra to come. In a place of prayer. It's not a dream. I heard the way you're hearing my voice. And that's why I carried my laptop. What do I do? Google. And I wrote Biafra. That's why I saw there's something called IPOB. And there's Radio Biafra. And it's from that day I started worshiping. I never missed a service. You know the way we used to watch Champions League religiously in those days. That's how I started. 2018 or so. 2018. I never missed one day till the day I got physically. Every meeting I'll listen to him. And as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talks to you, there is something in his word. Even the Bible said, Jesus said, the words I speak give life. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the Jesus of black people. If you don't know that, then you have not started. Know it and know peace. If as I speak right, just an IPB member, you have not known Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spiritually. That's why so many of you are there looking for position. When you don't get it, you go and join Sabotua. You are looking for money. When you don't see money, you find who will give you money. When you have a spiritual assignment in IPOB, the real IPOB members are people who have spiritual assignment, who Elohim has given assignment, and we are one of those generations. It doesn't matter where you find yourself. Where your place is inconsequential. You guys must understand that this game is a relay. One man cannot run it. And I must start that place. I must finish it. There's nothing like that. It's inconsequential whether you started the place. That's where Elohim wanted you to start. Nothing says you must finish up. Somebody else can finish up. They started relays. They used the fastest person. And the second fastest will finish up. The rest will run in the middle. Where you run is not important. Keep going. When we get Biafra, everybody will be celebrated. And while I go, I told them in the zoo to make a compilation of anybody that was killed. And they've done that. They did it beautifully. When Biafra comes, we're going to beg those in government to go and look into the affairs of everybody that died looking for Biafra. Every victim of Biafra agitation will be recognized by Biafra government. Not just paper recognition. Their families will be taken care of. Yes. Those that lost their breadwinners because of this struggle, you are not alone. IPOB can't abandon you. The people I know, these few people I met on top running IPOB, they're special men. They're good men. There was a man, one man, he was used to be part of the volunteers, whatever it is. You know, in those days, before even ESN came, one of those volunteers back in the days, somewhere in Goja province, they said he was dying. And we reached out to the authorities. The authorities took pity. They spent over $500,000 to take care of his life. So these are people who care. Don't let anybody tell your lies that these people don't care. They do. Just that they can't take care of everybody at the same time. Now we must continue. Let me go to Igodomigodo Nation. Now, before I go to Igodomigodo, I want to make a few statements. That our leader said, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that Guinea will be given a special status like Monaco. Don't know how many of you know Monaco. Monaco is like an independent country within France. And Monaco is the most beautiful place in Hello, am I coming? Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, like I was saying, our leader said that Monaco, Benin will be given a special status, like Monaco. So we have people from Migodo. Like I said earlier on, we never went looking for nobody. No. People came to us after listening to the liberator. You can't hear Nnamdi Kanu's voice and remain in bondage. No, you are condemned to be wasted. If you hear his voice, something must happen to you. I heard his voice. You know, back in the days when we first got born again, so to say then, we have baptism of the Holy Spirit, newness of life. The young man that was there, guy from Asia was talking about when he got born again, going everywhere preaching, he stopped going to school, that kind of thing. That zeal you had, that push, that drive, that's what you receive when you come to IPOB and you listen to Mazi and Kanu. For days I could not sleep. When I saw I had to go and agitate for Biafra, and I now went to my laptop and I browsed Biafra. I saw IPOB, I saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I saw Radio Biafra. From the first broadcast I listened to, I couldn't sleep that day. My wife could not understand what was happening to me. I was reminiscing over the way the things he said set me on fire. The scripture talks about Jeremiah said that the war is burning in him. The word of God was burning within his bow. The words of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu burns in our bows. And it destroys all the foolishness in you. It damages your ignorance. It takes away all the religious spectacle, all the stupidity, all the shades covering you, all the chains and the shackles of subjugation, suffering and hardship. Pains will go. You don't even feel the pains again. You want to go out. You want to end the mess. If not that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is too compassionate, we would have hit the street long before now. Because this nonsense is too much. How can we be born the richest place on the surface of the earth? I'm a researcher. I've discovered that Biafra is one of the most richest places that Elohim created. And that is why they put their eyes on Biafra. Britain, they are good at scavenging. There are how many countries in the world? All of them were 171 countries were colonized by Britain. Only 22 countries were exception. So they knew where the resources were. That's why they amalgamated the zoo. So there's so much wealth there. Give power to those ones up there. We don't know that. We give them power. So anything we need, we go and collect it. They say don't know what is there. Just give them small change. And that's how it's been. So please, I want Igodo people to understand. We are not begging. Somebody asks. There's a message that come to me. Somebody asks. Somebody he feels is a Nigerian. Somebody who believes in Nigeria but is born is Biafran person by birth. He says, if you people want Biafra, why don't you do your Biafra and leave others alone? What is this why you're advertising Migodo? What is your business with Egala? Waiting concern you with a job. Can't you go alone? Haven't you people died enough? They told your leader since how many years? Go with a 5 Igbo state. He refused. You now want to die more? Yes, want to die more. But you that want to kill us, get ready to die too. Because we're not coming empty-handed. This is not Ungwa High School. This is not hate bridge protest you killed. No. This time we're not coming empty-handed, mind you. Anything you are coming with, you are coming. We match you word for word, action for action. Guy, if you are coming with walking stick, know that we are coming with that type of walking stick that drive itself. And that nonsense is over. Why do we want other people to join us? We don't want them. They have identified with us. There is no nation I mentioned here that you don't find in IPOB. For your information, I'm talking to somebody because he's listening to me. I don't know who you are. He sent a message, I'm replying you. You said you are listening, you are watching the program, you are listening to the program. Why don't we go with our Igbo, with our Biafra? Biafra is not Igbo. Get that right. If you want Igbo, we'll go. Ordinarily, I would have loved an Igbo. Igbo land will be the name of the country. Igbo land. Not Iceland, England. Igbo land, beautiful. I would have preferred an Igbo land than a Biafra. Why? An Igbo land gives me my identity as Igbo. No alteration, no Western influence, no perversion, no Western foolishness and theories. I would have preferred that. But we won't do that because our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is a wise man. He's a compassionate man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in DSS because of Igbo freedom. Many of you don't know. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not suffering because of Igbo people freedom. No, he's suffering because of Ijo. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in chain because of Idoma. He's in chain because of Ishekuri. We have been asked to go with Igbo state. I would have taken everywhere. We know all the Igbos. Ika is Igbo. From Edo state to take them. Yes. Umunede. All of those places are Igbo. Pure Igbo. That's who they are. They speak Igbo down it. We would have gone with all the Igbo people, but we won't do that. We won't leave our cousins for Fulani to go and exterminate them. We won't do that. We will not do that. We have paid the price. We have lost so many. They've killed so many Igbos. All the people that have died that Hope Uzodimma has killed in Imo State is because we want to save our brothers. We would have long been gone. Yes. When they made the offer to him in Kuje prison, if he had accepted and go, would have long been gone. When we build synergy, we'll go and invade. Yes. Anywhere we think is our land, we'll go and take over the place. By then we'll have economic power, what it takes to negotiate, and nobody can dare us. If you can manufacture bombs in 1967, what do you think is happening now? Some of the best scientists on the surface of the earth are Biafrans. You don't know. We rule America. Trump knows. Some of the best scientists in the whole of Europe are Biafrans. Britain knows. Macron knows. They know us. They know what we can do. They know. That's why they don't want to let us go, but it's too bad. They want to keeping our people. Britain is issuing visa now like madness. Just come. Once you're a young person, they'll give you visa. Buy a ticket. Come and stay in Britain. Work for us. Leave that place. It's our farm. They say Europe is a garden. Time has come. We want to destroy the garden. Listen to me. Europe, those demons, those vultures, those blue-eyed demons that are stealing in Biafra land, you better pack a load and leave because we are coming. We are coming in a way you will not understand. You are stealing enough. The money that Shell and Chevron are stolen from Biafra land will offset all African debt and develop Africa. They never get satisfied. They steal and steal. They don't want to stop. What kind of people are you? You have been stealing since you started. Britain, you have been stealing. France, you have been stealing. Is that not enough? Why are you so wicked? You're stealing. You don't want them to develop. You want them to remain poor. When Jonathan came, things were moving. Fastest growing economy. Say, no, this one will develop that place. They will not start thinking about their resources. Remove him. And they remove him. They brought their normal, brought morons, brought criminals. They always bring criminals in power to manipulate them. Look at Tinubu now. He can't challenge. He can't talk. Because they're holding him. They have a case against him. The only qualification to win an election in the zoo is to be a criminal. Once you are a certified criminal, fine, they'll put you in power. They use it against you. Africans, wake up. Enough of that rubbish. Develop your society. Why are all this dying? A lot of people, our people are dying every day in the Mediterranean Sea. Why? You're running to Europe that has nothing. France has nothing. France feasts on Africa. What does Britain have? Nothing. Enough is enough. I want to bring in an Igodomigodo brother. I think I have 2 or 3 people from Igodomigodo. Uyi.
Yes, sir.
Unmute yourself. So please, I have 2 or 3 people from Igodomigodo to speak. But I want you to take the lead. Now, Mazi, I want to ask you, in all due respect, we know that Igodomigodo is very significant to what we're doing. I will explain. There is one thing that happens in every generation. When people wake up and begin to realize who they are. Self-discovery, that's what they call it. The Bini people over the years have been deceived. That they are from Ife, that they are Bini. They've grown up with that. Bearing Yoruba name, trying to be like Yoruba. But when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came with his gospel of liberation, they heard his voice. The shackle fell off their eyes. They said, it's true, we're not Yoruba. How come even the Oba that bears a Yoruba title doesn't dress like Yoruba? How come our people don't behave like Yoruba, except the infiltrated ones? How come we act the way we act? The way we are so determined, we can do anything, like the Igbos, like the Biafrans. They began to research. Then they came to the realization that the Oba shift started in the 14th century. Prior to the 14th century, Edo, 14th century, they were known as Igodomigodos. And their king was not called Oba. Eweka was the first Oba of Benin in the 14th century. Prior to, before the 14th century, we had Ogisos of Ogidmigodo. There were about nine or more. No, about 16. I've researched into that. All these Ogisos had Biafran names. There was no single Yoruba name there. So what went wrong? What happened? They realized that there was a palace tussle sometimes in the 14th century. They couldn't settle the matter. They had to look for somebody, and they called the Oba, the monarch from Ife, to come and mediate for them. So the what's it called? Oduduwa came, tried to settle them. At the end, they still refused. He gave them name. Omo Ibinu, that's why Bini came. Child of vaccination. They do the verse, and beneath the verse, you see how Biafran are. They the verse. They're so aggressive. That's the way we are. You can't change it. Once you pass Umunede, no, where am I saying? Once you pass what this boundary town in Ondo, Ore, from Ore down to the Atlantic Ocean, they are aggressive. They have the same behavior. I study human beings. I'm an ontologist. From Ore down to Warren, same behavior. From Ore down to Calabar, down to Akasak, down to Brass, down to Nembe, down to Ogudu, Ojodu, Ogoja, Iza, down to Benue State. They have the same behavior. Same common attributes. That's how you know they are one people. That's how you trace people, trace their genealogy. But the fools in the zoo wouldn't let you know. Some of these principles, they know they play down on them because it doesn't favor them. And that is how the Western world rules. Anything that suits the West is right, is democratic. Anything that doesn't favor the West is anti-democratic, must be pulled down. Now, they realized when the man came, he brought his son, Romeo. Now, let me tell you a story, because I did a lot of history, international history, and I got involved in some of these histories. I know Yoruba history pretty well. I know history of most places in Nigeria, because I did international history at one point or the other. Now, the Alafi Empire in Oyo, how that empire was created was that when this man send his son to Benin to go and rule them for a short while. Because the people there say, okay, send somebody to come and rule us for now. Send the two families who are supposed to rule. Two of them they fight. No one agree. This one no agree. This one no agree. Okay, make two of them no they no rule. Bring anybody. Bring your son. He brought Romeo. When he brought his son to come and rule them, he married the Hiwede, one of the Benin princess daughter. He married the Hiwede who gave back to Eweka. So after a while he has been ruling, he got a point, the people that start telling him, start hearing him, okay, come they go now, you came to settle us, we don't settle. Now quarrel you can't settle, we don't settle, come they go, I beg, come they go. So you know how these things are. So when he wanted to go, he now made his son that was born for him by a Benin girl, he made him the Oba, he made him the king to succeed him, and they called him Oba of Benin. And that's the history, the genealogy of Obaship in Benin. Prior to them, they were known as Ogiso of Igodomigodo. Go and research the word Igodomigodo. It doesn't have any Yoruba correlation. It doesn't have any meaning in Yoruba history, etymology, otherwise, in any way. Go and check it. Go and check the word Igodo. Go and research where it has meaning. So that's where I want to stop. But we're not here for that, to overturn that history. It's for you people. So what we're saying is that when we have looked at them, we have seen our brothers. Look at by their character, by their behavior, the way they are, everything about them. They are Biafrans. They are dressing. Even though he installed his son and called him Oba, he didn't change. He couldn't change the dressing style. The gods of the land will strike the boy dead. If as they stole him, they go wear a Yoruba attire, he would have been dead. So he had to retain the custom that was on ground. And the way Oba Benin dress is the way Biafrans dress. A tight wrapper with the other one and a hat on top. That is not Yoruba question. He holds a walking stick. Yorubas don't use walking stick. Walking stick is ancient. Go and check your history. Walking stick is old. Walking stick is synonymous with the ancient Igbos and the Jews. My latest finding shows me that the Jews came from Igbo land. Nobody, people will laugh at that, but the world will leave that for another day. Everything you read in that your Bible, Old Testament, are in Igbo culture, and the one in Igbo culture is the advanced version. So that walking stick does not Benin host. It's not a Yoruba thing. It has no business, it has no bearing to Yoruba. That is why you go to Shekiri land, where they store somebody and call him Olu. I know Nnamdi Shekiri, I don't know if it has anything to do with it. I was trying to look his history. He was a very brave man. Look at their dressing, it's still the same Biafra dressing. The Shekiris, the women tie two-piece wrapper with blouse. Go and check it out. Their men dress the same way that Biafrans dress. We are one people. It does not matter how much of the perversion. There are Ijos in Ondo State. We know them, we know their territory. When the trumpet blows, no Biafran land, no inch, 1 square meter of Biafran territory will not be allowed to be left outside. We must protect our own. Why are the Igbos who don't want to live alone? We can't go. We must go with our families. We're not leaving our cousins behind because the enemy will consume them. If we had wanted to go, people will not be dying in Imo State. If we had wanted to go, Wike wouldn't have killed all the people they killed. The massacre in Igbo. If we had wanted to an Igbo nation or a Biafra that is only made of Igbo tribe, Dave Umahi will not slaughter all that he slaughtered. And it's already too late. We are paid with blood. And we're still ready. If we need to die for Biafra to come, we don't have a problem with that. We did it in Savannah, in USA. This age, we are ready to do it again. We are the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu generation. With that generation, the revolutionary generation, that generation that can't afford to be alive and be slaves. Never. I will not be, my children will not. My generations after me cannot be British slaves. No way. They claim that slavery ended. It has to end, and it must end. The end, it must end in Biafra land. A Fulani man cannot own an oil well in Bayelsa when the Bayelsa people are suffering. That is injustice. They go Zamfara, goes to only Zamfara. So, Mazi Uye, what is your stake on the Edo people claiming that they have no business with Biafra, that they have historical link to Ife? Then let me remind you, in case you don't know, I'm a very good history student. Any about Benin that dies, they don't bury his head in Benin. Go and find out. They must chop up his head and return it to Ife, because they say that the head of the lion does not lost in the bush. So that alone will tell you who you are. Tell you that strangers are ruling you. Why they return the head to Ife is that strangers came from Ife and that the one still occupying your throne. But let's not go deep into that. I just want you to have all this background, so you know where I'm coming from. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taught us some of these things. He opened our eyes. He made me to go and research. Most of the things I speak now because I've gone to research them. Ambrose Ale asked them, prove to us how would they be Yoruba? They killed him. But people like us are not afraid of them. We're already dead. We only want to restore Biafra for our children to live good life. The zoo wasted us. When I graduated in the zoo, I had some of the best certificates from anywhere. I was an alumnus of the best schools from the zoo. I wrote 7 bank interviews. When I eventually got one, not the ones I was looking for. Why? Because I am Igbo. So what is it again? So Mazi, you have the floor. What is the perception?
Thank you very much, sir.
People, why do you think you are Biafrans? Tell us. Tell Igodomego. When you start talking in English, you're going to speak it in Bini language. Tell them why you know where. I do know that by my finding, they still do 4 market days in Bini till tomorrow. And in the whole of Edo State, apart from the Yoruba part, the northern western part of Edo, where you have maybe some Yoruba clans there, they still do 4 market days everywhere in the whole of Edo State. Their women still tie 2-piece wrapper, in case those that don't know. So, in your own perspective, sir, tell us, what makes an Edo man a Biafran?
Thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity given for me to be able to address our people and also speak in our language so that they may understand that Igodomigodo is part of Biafra, and we are fully involved in this restoration project. Mazi, you asked a question in a two ways. Why are Edo people or Benin people, as the case may be, why do they sound as if or feel as if they are not part of Biafra? You also answered it because the reason is very, very clear. One is ignorance, and two, again, is fear of what happened, during the genocidal war, especially for those who were alive who witnessed it. With the stories that my own father told me, I think, looking at that story, I can conclude that many of the Benin people today do not want to associate with what we are doing because of the fear of what they saw, the trauma and all of that. That is not an excuse though, but that is just to answer the question that you put before me, sir. Mazi JC Anyuku. Secondly, I want our people to understand, those who are listening to Radio Biafra at this moment, to understand that we, the Benin people, we have, maybe for those, as I said, for those who are misguided, but for those of us who have heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have decided, we have listened, we have gone to retrace back our steps to understand our roots and our culture. And like you rightly said, sir, anybody who does not understand its or our roots or their culture tends to go with whatever narratives that is being sold to them. And in this case, the world now know, or the world should be aware by now, that there are so many propaganda against the Biafran people, and one of it is to tell people lies that they are not the same people, that they are different, and all of that, which has been prevailing over the years. But thank God for the advent of IPOB that is now, making people to really sit back and begin to reason these things critically, match it with our realities, our current realities, and they are now beginning to see that no, a lot of lies has been sold. At this point, I would like to, if permitted, to use my language so that I can tell people how we are, related, how we are connected with the Biafra and Igbo and this nationhood we are trying to build. Thank you very much, sir.
Please, Mazi, before you go into your language, don't forget to equally tell them that trumpet will soon sound, and everybody must come out to defend their territory. What they use to defend themselves will be supplied when the time comes. So let them know that we have to take our country by force. Any opposition, any enemy that is against our freedom, will face them. We have done it before. We are the only tribe that killed the whites, let alone blacks that cannot reason. We're the only tribe that faced the whites and cut short their nonsense and their blood. We can do better in this generation. Go ahead, Mazi.
Thank you, sir. Obo we Obava Obota Iviedu eke nu wariri aye utana owie no avano eke no riri aye nu nadame Radio Biafra meno oviwa uyi ìpọ̀wọ́ sàlóbá we màdúámé opportunity ní àná ni màá yá gbègbè má gùn à. Èmi ọ̀pá yìí ó ní gí màá ẹ̀bẹ̀ náà we ẹ̀dẹ̀ náà ní ẹ̀bùn àti Nàìjíríà ní màá ti zoo rúndà we bẹ́ẹ̀ni yá yín bẹ̀rù ní ògàrè àwòyìn mẹ́ ní yá yín bẹ̀rẹ̀ kìíní àti Nàìjíríà ní una gele tota una mu pa una mu we rere wa do dere we emi ni buro no sunu bebo ni no ma keke na me we sunu ne o ma ni ma but no ga si ma go to no o ka o any o ma koma no we do no ye school because here we maniviedo ma ye school ka abo ma eriri ma o kakaboti no ma oni ma we ma emi no sunu o ma koma o bia o no ye school no even in Nigeria ya sun all do understand all the way in Nigeria ma yama tota erima enika o ma to ri ma yama tota we okay wagimado be evona ni mahe ni anado Nigeria o ma ye beri o ipotoki ore vere no be iya na do mwe ma nivye Biafra de ba ivye vobe ni ma ezeru okpa ni ma rie ba okpa iya na kwima kugbe iya na hi my Nigeria o devil ni ameke na ne oda ka nya ma ni ameke kere ni ya miewe iya gwale ofi gboto or ave enyobe no saloba ya nima no ya we might say nana o devil so that anytime ya need or ya agwa lo ya omaro bairo no ki agbo dan ya oni no se ni ana ni ana ebona na te Nigeria ni ana to bian ya boy Nigeria a business center no ni bi potoki so emi ni oni ha mi ma ni vie do be de na ewe egese ni ma ya oyo ni ma tota ni ma gele negbima ebo na ni ma tie we ma be de na ni ma gbina yi ni ma wina we mi ya yi na mi ewe oma dege ni ma ni ni ka ori ma ya tota we ya bebo na tie Nigeria yo ni ma ye gi ma be ewe mama na na mama na mudia be no keke mama na mudia be no keke ma ni potokika wi mai be no be ni na do mwe oba ovorame mu le kalaba di ma yeyere ya geli emanibu ya ye o ye be sunu na bo na ya maire osisi na gbe yobo na gbe yuru ni ara gbe yi ma ere ni eyan ilo na ere na arioba Nigeria eyan ilo ya mu ma ye upo ovien because when egbowe bana mi ewe despite emi ya ni mame emi oto emi ya so lo ba ya wi ma bana mi ewe ma yesu serve ma su serve de na maya ma oni ma ba yo ware na ri ewe ebo o ewe potoki ni maya gwaligo ni maya gwale o mama gbon bo e o tapa eyan pa yo ni ma na gbe ma igo ni ma gwa lo na o mama gbon ni ma gwa lo ni ma inoru ndi maya pa yo ware ma mioe bede na deke ni ma na ya ri igo na deke ni ma na ya lo umama gbona de kinimana ya where are we going to go and leave it so okeke na mewe ere na ni Mario Boba IPOB ni Mazi Nnamdi Kanu suon na mewe Biafra maya koko kugbe na ame Biafra because Biafra or can do mewe mama gbona ma because Biafra na re de na hwe mani ye do oro we uyi ma to be ma ha abe even ma ori ma ya yin arioba rima ma arioba rima ma to be ma ni ma ero ma ni ma we but ma we mama ori ma de ba Biafra we how reserve oore zebe oore ni bune arioba ni ya mai kegbo evoka ade mana leleverio adomiewe edenakwe referendum nari una wuma onu de Biafra obaro paaro no odogu we gbina bo opa no eyan opa onugu we ederi ono de referendum wa wu onu de Nigeria it's you are free uga mobo yo wu onu de Nigeria we ti ade ba Hausa be in Nigeria ni ya yuwa ya ni ya we bi kemi ni ya but mani bun na we ma kie ma enwe o boy ma mo boy Biafra na mi enwe agbon o ma evima ni ma bi ayendi ma na baba hwe na mi enwe agbon o manima so wala o ivi edu etene ivi sa ivi akoko edo ni mama ya ni mtie gbe ma bi edu wala o wagima kie eke wan rima ni ma emi no sunu bede na do miewe ma take advantage of im no sunu bede na miewe agbon ma walao ona me we need to come wawotana wawese. Thank you very much, sir. I just told our people that the need for them to key into what is going on right now. Thank you very much, sir.
Mazi, you've done wonderfully well. I want to bring another Igodomigodo person from our Coco side. That's what's your name? Omogo Soldier. I don't know. I'm ordering your name, please. Pardon me. The man from please, sir, you can have the airways. Please talk to our people. Let them understand the.
Mazi, thank you, sir. God bless you, sir. Please
tell us where you come from. Tell your name. Let them know that you're not hired. You know, sorry, Mazi. Let me talk. Make I just put small ginger. Right. One man won't do election. You go hire priests, hire bishops. They wear bishop clothes for Abuja. So we no hire, no go. We didn't hire. We no hire. So let them know we didn't hire you. You are not POB member. And you're the principal officer, you are in the system, you've been in the system for years. You are not paid. In IPOB, nobody pay us. You came because you want to be free. You came because you are convinced that the gospel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the gospel of freedom. It's the only gospel that can set the black man free. And you believe you are a Biafran. That is why you are here. So tell them your name, tell them the part of Igodomigodo you come from. There you continue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. My name now Omogoje Omonose Omoki Biafra Miki. I come from Akoko Edo State, Akoko Edo local government of Edo State inside Biafra land. Mazi, thank you, sir. I will just go straight to talk to our people. May therefore no say yes, we not Biafra too. We not Biafra too. Iwo lika Akoko Edo wa mugbo eni ni meko Omogoje Omonose Omoki Biafra Miki. Oyemana ma gbe imoki Biafra maki. Oyemana and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ligera ma no shuwana. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by now, I got the full analysis. So, what? Who fell a bear shake? He fell a bear shake. Wamiaka was a Kibiafuki, was a Kibiaframiki. Or Yamana, Marika deny Kibiaki responsibility, Kama. Marika deny Iki heritage, Kama. Ibiafra, Kamano. Or Yamana in Nigeria market anybody in Nigeria royal company ki British you know or Yamana right from time or Yamale vehicle in Nigeria celebrated ki independent Kale 63 oko kele mi va mi nwe we no kinu osaki Nigeria migi benefit ke vehicle is soon in Nigeria nothing even 63 na one se discover kegbe o na little ya meto fa ma gbe even in kijesu. Imagine Nnamdi Kanu leki our savior. Imagine Nnamdi Kanu popa ole opa ko se no me ma gbe shimi aye boki sukusuku ni Nigeria. In Nigeria ki Fulani no o ma yo wana royal company ki British ori. So kima guma egbema uzo mi radio Biafra na mali mi egbema shimia ivekeri ehuru ni Nigeria. Woman in Nigeria is COVID-19, you know. Woman in Nigeria is Ebola, no. Nigeria ehuru in Nigeria oya ohi shimabo. So mama makili wori indigenous people ki otona mama vado boma mi egbema shimia ivekele huru ni Nigeria. So opportunity kama hona nore kinok ma variegbe swibori ki IPOB led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chame ole popa ole homo kokene no kene zeze nore mema gbeni makini iboli ka Africa Mishimia, you will bokali ali British ali American people. What me a trying me go mama agben. DOS ache ma agbeni makini moki Biafra. Kamaman makini moki godo. Kamaman ma agbeni makini moki Biafra. Gwa DOS ache ma. Onyonyo ligali owa. Onyonyo ligaye di owa kwa wanu aswi diaspora kwa wanu aswi Kano kwa wanu aswi Kaduna kwa wanu aswi Katangura gwa onyonyo ligaye di owa Owa makui otoki Biafra. Igodomi godo kamano. My advice ani ni fulani. Makasa otoma ni fulani. Mama mone ni gwe ni mabati kamaene o ikamakona. So asese nushi ukashi Abuja o ukashi Lagos o ukakino mose ukakino Oboso ukakino mo ukakino Dio. Kaye Dioba no he kino mabaya defend ki territorial integrity kama mawo oleki igodoni machina ele lo to ki Biafra Mazi Nnamdi Kanu oke nego ali mioni shinya oke ne litu wewe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chami ole popo le komo oke ne no ke ne zese no ke mie ma gbe shinya ibe ke li huru ni Nigeria in Nigeria all ma fit fuck anybody right from sunset right from the amalgamation iki Lord Lugard yare sogo kwere in Nigeria myself fit fuck anybody I don't even have to fuck anybody. So ma gbe asese nu si gogwa if you ma ki ke naigbo ke naijo ke nibijo ke nibi urobo ke amama ni ma kini wori ki godo we are one people Iwori opamaki if you ma ki gogwa mariga negbema deceived by story ni ali fulani elelali politicians kare negbu mama ki igbo ki elegi our biggest problem here in Nigeria igbo our senior brother elegi iwori ke na igbo so marige gbe swale lore kinoki ke beli mi egbare shimia here keli zuni in Nigeria mama go ma bali mi egbe ma shimia ma balo wi roje ko re nigi otoki Biafra lore kinoko vami na ma gbe ki ma rene hwawo mokama at least a very struggle ni ma struggle no rekino ni marere stock Biafra evana jex ki ma sacrifice ki everything ni ma need ni ma sacrifice be it amandi ki Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sacrifice ki everything nama no rekino ko vami machine he will bokali colonial masters he will bokali Fulani he will bokali Ijanja weed he will bokali suku ne rema Ben Johnson gwa oke amamia akama wewe nu kinira gwa tie moke ne sibi diaspora onyonyo liga edowa African report mama na ki small period of time ma money owo born and not rekinoki ma bare change call ni Nigeria the British government need understand ki ma understand kegbema and right now ma ready ma bare take freedom ma because if freedom amagari freedom anybody Mama Vado Boma me freedom you bokali janta within the ali British government, American government. Go work ya mama ya ma. Kuma moni radio Biafra TV as I say nushi. Go download ki IPOB community radio. Chamika na kupa dagu mama ata. Anabada sound ki trumpet no vare ki no onyo vakali o bakole. Onyo vaya se nini ke Iran. Ojaba na Tami kumi most of our lifestyle mama ni ma take be ma Iwori ki godomi godo wa me ki ma money similar lifestyle with Iwori ke naigbo Oma Jabana we get New Year festival we dey celebrate New Year festival we get wetin that they call masquerade festival our mama dey tie two wrapper we get 4 market days for our own area so make differentiate kama she Iwori ke naigbo say wa mamia ki divide and rule elali colonial master elali Fulani here come apart and today we are suffering it yamale it is scavenging ni mas scavenge she will talk as usenu bodo yibo yaga what's up man who is wake Fulani here ajimugba I don't know. Okay, nego gwali mi ma gbe shimia, or ito ya me tofama, or me Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shima, or me ma gbe ni ma kiri monkey IPOB, no ne skata shi wa gbona gbe, or me ma gbe shimia no rekino kofa, ova kuma gbe no rekino ma ba defend this our heritage ni Biafra. Mama ni ma kini monkey godomi godo, gwa Biafra mi ahio. Enough is enough. Not rekino magbe mabaka ye do and not rekino mabaya defend ki Ottoman ki Biafra. Ama ripigo na me. Ama bribe me ni agumawa. Osa ki IPOB mi ki indigenous person ki Biafra ole mi ki so leader any ki egbe sweet. our African rep. Not a kino if I am now at because I can't leave you when I am going to heaven. I will leave you guys to stay in the hair. Nigeria hair fire no. Gogwa magbe mari mi egbe mashimia mari gwata me egbe ma not a kino ma ba mi egbe mashimia. Tamata na people over me magbe shimia as imoki gudo mi gudo and the moki Biafra. Gogwa keneli kubeli magbe. Okay, Nelly Kubeli Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, Nelly Kubeli DOX. Okay, Nelly Kubeli ma struggle not a knock my bambi Bemashimia. You will carry Suku, you will carry Hulu, you will carry Bula, you will carry terrorist thing in Nigeria. In Nigeria, is zoological in Nigeria. Oh, talkie terrorist, you know, Boko Haram, Mieti Allah, Fulani Hesme, Lemon in Nigeria, Nigeria Makinike. So Biafra or the Hikama, Mama Makini, you will go. Mari get the prepared, not a Kinoka Sandaki trumpetina, my bab follow, not a Kinok, my bammy, Bemashia, if I carry Huluni in Nigeria, or can Nelly Kubeli Magbe, or can Nelly Kubel on your Nova Daeso, Zibuzomi Radio Biafra. Not a mere Borishimia, a mere on no Shimia, or Nelly Kubeli Magbe, or Nelly Kubeli sovereign state ki Biafra, or Nelly Kubeli Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. On the 5th of this month, a zoo, there he live out with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What is it? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't commit any crime. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the only crime no Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed, he called the freedom. Kiboli call it not a mere Magbeshimia, Ibekelo Yanimal, Ibekeli Nigeria, or Nelly Kubeli Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or Nelly Kubeli Magbeni Makini Moki IPOB, Nesu Agbonagbe, even in Jesu, Ojeno Magbonimi. He say, Mazi, yes, what I'm trying to tell our people is that Nigeria is a terrorist brand, is a sickness. Nigeria is a sin that we have sinned against ourselves and against Chukwukikabiama. And may God deliver all of us. And as He has used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to deliver all of us, may we be delivered in Chukwukikabiama's name. This is the message that I have sent for our people, and I have told them that
you were very vocal. You were awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. The vibration is next to none. I'm loving it. I'm getting so excited. Our people are hearing our language. Their fans are hearing their language from their own sons and daughters. I still have too many people here. I have Odiano from Italy. I have Clementina from Asian. I have 2 Asian people here. But I want to give a chance to somebody, one elder. Udom Francis. Udom Francis is from one country in West Africa now. Udom Francis, are you ready to speak to our Efik people? Udom Francis, are you ready? Or let me go to Urobo. Ochuku, are you ready?
Yes. Mazi, Ochuku is ready.
Ochuko, you have the floor now. So Ochuko is from the European nation, right? We've had Isuko. So let's say if you bring Isuko, you know come bring Urobo, the way you know go complete.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. I greet the house and fellow Biafrans. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much. So quickly, let me go straight to it. Mazi, just earlier on, when my brother from Isoko was speaking, he said something about the fact that there is basically no difference between the Urobo and Isoko, and it's true. In fact, many people don't even understand a uniqueness of Biafra. Ever since I have followed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and this movement, I have come to learn so much about who we are, the peculiarity of the Biafran people. Mazi, do you know that the Urobo nation itself is actually a replica of Biafra as a whole? How do I mean? You'll be shocked that.
Tell me.
Yes, you'll be shocked that the Urobo as a nation itself actually is made up of different clans. Actually, about 22 clans that makes up the Urobo nation. And each of these different clans, they actually have dialectical differences. So when, for example, many ignorant people, they will ask you, why you say you are Biafran when you are not Igbo? And I tell them, why do you say I am Urobo? Meanwhile, In just the same way, when you hear of Urobo, Mazi, Urobo does not refer to a particular geographical location. Urobo refers to a people. Now, for example, I am Agbo. My own part of Urobo, my clan is called Agbo in Urobo. Now, you have Urobo of Wovu, yes. You have Ubie, you have Okwe, you have Nijere, 22. But each of these ones, they are all Urobo. But the same way you come to Biafra, you speak about Urobo as a nation in Biafra, Igbo as a nation in Biafra, Islam a nation in Biafra, and so on and so forth. So this actually, spurred me to go and do some searching. Mazi, do you know what I found out? I found out that every aspect of the Urobo people is, in fact, perfectly the same as the Igbo, because I see the Igbo as the central reference for all of us. What do I mean? Beginning from, not just, you have mentioned the 4 market days, but the 4 market days is even too common. It's now just too common now, because I tell you, as I speak to you now, the four market days I've done detailed research, and basically the spiritual and traditional implications in Igbo is the same thing that you have in Urobo. For example, the 4 elements that you mentioned, the earth, the fire, and water. These are the same exact thing that I found out about the spiritual connotations of these 4 market days in Urobo, exactly as it is in Igbo. It doesn't end there. Mazi, do you know that our customs as it regards to marriage, as it regards to even the food we eat, our food, even our music, our dance, you were talking about dressing earlier on. Mazi, do you know I did something? I did one small experiment one time. I took photographs of Anambra women, and I think Enugu women as well, in their traditional attires. And I went to my office one day, and I went to one Isoko woman who is my colleague in the office, and I showed the pictures to her. I told her, which part of Nigeria do you think these people come from? Do you know what she told me? She said, these are Urobo, either Urobo or Isoko people now. I said, I smiled. I took that same picture to another person. I asked the person, who do you think these women, which part of Nigeria do you think these women are? They said, hey, these are Urobo women now. Do you know they did not believe that these women I was showing them are actually Anambra women, Anambra and Enugu women. That is just to tell you the seriousness of what we are saying. I'm not trying to divert or repeat what we have said before, but I'm just trying to reinforce what we are saying, so that people who are listening to our voice this night, they will not think that we are just saying this thing for saying sake. I know I will switch over to Urobo very shortly, but let me just say this quickly before I move over. What is actually happening to us, because I know you asked somebody before me, you asked him a question as to why is it really difficult for our people to come to terms with this realization that we are actually one people. And I have been doing a lot of thinking and researching as well. And you know what I came up with, Mazi? I found out that what actually happened to us is what I actually call psychosocial re-engineering. Psychosocial, or what you can call psychological re-engineering. These people that came to conquer our ancestors and to try to plunder us and keep us in subjugation forever, they did a very clever re-engineering by what you call social re-engineering. And how did they do it? They did it by influencing the way we reason, the way we think. And how did they do it? They did it, unfortunately, through religion, through manipulations of our belief system. And by so doing, they succeeded in tampering with our nature, who we are. Because Biafrans, which is called, like for example, the Urobo, for example, the Urobo are actually warriors. It baffles me, for example, that today we have communities in Urobo land where people pay money to Fulani people to be able to access their farmlands to farm in Urobo land, which is an aberration. When we were growing up, when I was much younger, I used to hear the kind of stories that our grandfathers used to tell us about how our forests are secured, about how we have a system called the Ogbu, which is like our traditional warriors. The Ogbu system. The function of the Ogbu was basically to guard our forests, that our forests were impenetrable to any outsiders. But what happened? Along the line, Today, there are communities in Robo land where our people pay to strangers for them to be able to access their farmland. And I say, what? How did this happen? How did we lose our essence? Now, this and many other things are what has happened to us. And what I found out is this. You will hardly go to any Robo community today where you will not find these foreigners, these invaders, Fulani invaders, settling in one place or the other. And this is where it gets really scary, Mazi. For every settlement that you find them settling in the Robo community, maximum within a kilometer distance, you will see an army outpost. I'm not saying police, I'm not saying civil defense. Army, Nigerian military, you will see them within maximum a kilometer, either to the right or to the left. And you wonder, what are they doing in that place? You know what they are doing? They are there so that when those miscreants that they have positioned there, when they have caused problem and the communities want to like come and act as they should, the army steps in and quenches whatever fury that will come out of it. So quickly, let me go to my Robo language and talk to my people briefly, Mazi, if you permit me, please.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Mazi.
Yeah.
Stop this.
Okay.
Brief. Try and
all right.
make it stop.
Okay. I'll make it snappy. Thank you very much. In of me Igbo Robo, Odeme Ochuko, Wawo, Mimi Yele Siri, Bloware Nunina. Wamle, in Nigeria na Hawana, on the Iwe Britain, Jikoli, Ifulani, I walk on go Hawaii Yoto. Wawo, Wadenyo, Biafra. Odi Orora, Biafra, Odi Igbo, Odi Igbo, Odi Oyiwolo, Biafra, Ukurobo, Oyiwi Biafra, Izon, Oyiwi Biafra, Isoko, Oyiwi Biafra. Awala Sawoma Wachi, Ubowachi, in of our Igbo na, Awada Sam, Awada Sumawale in Nigeria na, Nigeria Kagokawale Bioto. Then so I may want to be Misalana. Okay, one Wameka Oberiale, Nigeria Mumohole Bri, only Biafra in 1966, 67 to 1970. Kaifawa in Anojuku, Ono you go holiday. But as okay, I bear Guawale, Gato Gohoinare, I have Guawani, Ojuku Bigowani, I pay Aburi, Dela Esio Devioto, Dala Ashio, my friend Nigeria Yobi. I Ashiro, what if you National restructuring, which is to guarantee resource control. But Ashiro, if Britain bear when you go on implementing, go on implementing Baburi. I better go or Yena, Obao, Bavare, Capavane, Ojuku, or Iguanota, Iqualigo, Aiguanota, Ginona. Era na oriere ala mre bugenwele odi kworibo driving igwonota gowani ayi ni igwonota gowani bikwa Hausa ayi igwonota ayi gwanawari kwe so mere wa inyobume gagari urubu wawo wamri igworibo killing ayi enemy awari ayi nyobawari blood and our blood. I like by many. I like says to my vote of Vienna and Nigeria. Jobowa Oboetiwa. While Duplo one Bolibokari, I carry oil, water, Nakari, water, a show. Igbokari, water, joy, water, Shakiri, a show. Kemuke Mwebotona, Urobo as a nation in Biafra. I like to read our own constitution. I like to read our own parliament, whatever system of government. I like Urobo will be semi-autonomous and self-governing within the nation of Biafra. Why don't you do one equally book election? A show or you like caviar? Tikidie, Kemukemu, I like a relationship. I like a studio from the very beginning. Biwago, Okara will grote, Okiofa, Alekashiri, Mikashiri, Maiboa, Otaifa, Megoron Wajinu, Oganelu Yokowa, Wado. Thank you very much, Mazi. Thank you very much.
Mazi, you've spoken well. God bless you. I appreciate all of you. Our time is fast spent. I want to stylishly bring the program to close. I've kept Mazi Jonathan waiting for a very good period of time, but I'll allow only the last speaker to speak. So I love all the points you have made. I'm excited that this day has come, and I'm equally excited that what the seed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has sown for over a decade has germinated. In fact, we're reaping the fruit now. Let me tell you in confidence that Biafra is here already. It's inconsequential if this is the last time anybody will hear my voice, because I'm one of those who is coming out, who will hit the zoo. I am coming to the zoo. I tell you with everything in me, we're coming to get Biafra. And we're not going to command people to come and get Biafra. We are coming. Onyedu said he will be in front. He is there. That's how good leaders think. So I'm coming. I'm one of those coming. We're coming. We're going to close our border in a very short one. All those ones that go to any military tank they use tire for their country, they'll paint it white, use black, write UN on it, put up for ship, bring to Nigeria to come and proto their oil bunker. That's what Britain and America does, and France. So when you hear about UN, there's no UN anywhere. It's Britain and America and France that are plundering the world, destroying the world, stealing everywhere in the world, planting terrorists everywhere in the world. Any country you hear of terrorism, go and check. If you don't find France there, you will see UK. If you don't see UK, there's America. If there's no America, there are there. All the neo-colonists are there. Anywhere there is trouble in Africa, anywhere there is terrorism in Africa, it is the neo-colonists that is doing it. They steal, they kill, they destroy. That's the only thing they know how to do. But that era is over. We are coming to take Biafra at any rate. So I appreciate all of you. Thank you for synthesizing your people. Thank you for charging them. So tell them we're coming, time that hour to come and die for what we believe has come. All of us will not die. Those that will remain alive will be free. There are people who are marked to see Biafra. And they will see Biafra, they will get Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will get Biafra. Take it from me in confidence. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will draw plans for Biafra. I don't want to use ridiculous, repulsive languages. I tell you in confidence, speaking precisely but in a precise sense. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we see Biafra and build Biafra. Either they release him now, negotiate with DOS, or they keep him. When we get Biafra, we'll come and get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And for you here, we have over 25 million Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. This voice you're hearing is just one of them. I'm even one of the smallest. I'm one of those stammering students, stammering disciples. There are people who can talk. There are people who are hungry to die for this truth, for this gospel, for this Biafra. So please, brothers and sisters, I appreciate all of you. We'll come back in 2 weeks' time and continue with who is a Biafra. But before we go, I'll allow only one person. I have a lot of people from different parts of Delta State. They're here. Different parts of Ikaland, from Edo, Ika people, they're here. I still have Joe from Germany. Joe, okay, please, you speak next time. Please, I beg of you. I want to wrap up with Urobo. Urobo people have started. Let them wrap up. I want to wrap up with Urobo as I bring in Mazi. Ogene Voke Ofoshire. Ogene Voke Oforeshirada. Ogene Voke, are you with me? Are you ready? Or should I ask somebody else to wrap up this program? Ogene Voke.
I'm with you, sir. I'm with you, Mazi.
Mazi,
yes.
I want you to close the curtain for tonight so that we can allow people to rest to reconvene in 2 weeks' time with who is Biafra. Mazi Voke, I want to put it to you. I want to ask you a question. This question, people have been asking the question that when we get our Biafra, this Biafra we're asking for, is that the way we'll be killing ourselves? With all the killings going on in Igbo land. And I know because you have good knowledge of what is going on. Tell Biafrans, who is killing who? all the people they're using to kill. Tamalepa, is he, that you remember, everybody know he's not. All the people who put Zodema is killing, is that how they will kill? The answer is no. In Biafra, if you kill a Biafra, you will die. No matter who you are. If you kill a Biafra in Biafra, will hang you. There will be no room for those nonsense. Biafra will be a just society. Biafra will be a safe society. What makes the society? Anywhere there is insecurity, there is government hand in it. Anywhere in the world that you see crime stays for more than 24 hours, 48 hours, the government is in support. That's why there's killing everywhere in the zoo. They bought AK-47, give all the Fulanis from outside to go and kill, take ransom, rape, cause trouble everywhere. And they did their job very well. So Mazi, okay, wrap up. You've listened to everybody. In your own understanding, what kind of Biafra are you looking forward to? What kind of Biafra do you think this generation of Biafra youth? Because there were so many. There's a platform I belong from all across the globe, and pretty much of people there, about 99% of the people in that platform are the aspirants that want to come home and fight. I know their accent is Mazi. You people should tell DOS to give us dates to come. They are prepared in different ways. You'll be shocked to know that there are private individuals who are ready to come and take Biafra. Yes, they are ready to come and take Biafra. And I'm happy, I'm so impressed with DOS. They're very wise. If they are rushing doing things, probably would have wasted too many people, just like our leader, Mazi and Kanu refused. But now the hour has come. We are coming, and Biafra is here. Because everything we need diplomatically, internationally, military might, everything we need, we have them now. That's where I think our leader, Mazi Ojukwu, didn't do too well in this side. He didn't, didn't get that part perfectly because they didn't allow him to prepare. They didn't prepare. We have been preparing since Fulani has been killing. We know that these people are looking for trouble. That's since we've been preparing our mind, preparing physically, preparing otherwise. Now we are ready, want to come home. So Mazi, okay, what is your stake in all this?
Okay, sir. Thank you, Mazi. The modern Biafra we.
If you don't speak Urobo in this discourse, I'm not going to bring you next time. I don't want to get to Urobo.
Okay, let me start with Urobo.
No,
let me permit me to start with Urobo because my battery is going down.
It's okay.
Because okay, what I would like to start with
Mazi,
this
can
was
you see what the zoo has done to you? You even share your language. You see what the zoo has done to you. Continue.
The modern Biafra we are having today, we are going to have, is not different from the ancient Biafra that we used to have. It's like we are actually back to where we came from. If you look at the political structure of the old land of Biafra, the Igbo land, the Urobo land, the Gogomido land, it is a Republican-based political system. The political system that is run in the core Igbo land is that same political system that is run in the core. My brother who just spoke mentioned the number of clans we have in Urobo land. In a simple way, the Urobo land is a clannish system. It runs a clannish system, and this clannish system is a Republican-based system whereby every family has a stake. Even the kingdom we are talking about it.
Okay, Mazi, okay. I think he said he had battery problem, and the system he had exited or he had been disconnected or whatever. Okay, we have him back. Mazi Forisha, you're back now. Mazi Forisha, are you back now? Mazi Forisha, do you want to continue? I think, Mazi Forisha, are you there? Do you want to continue, sir? You're muting yourself. Unmute yourself and speak. Okay, please speak. Go ahead. Continue. Okay, your voice is coming up
myself. Yes. So what I'm saying in essence, the Urobo land, despite we have different kingdoms, these kingdoms are based on family structure. Every family we have what we call Opako, Orwa. Then in the larger community we have Opako, Orere. And this Opako Orere is the leader of all the communities. Every voice is heard in Urobo land. The last born child is heard, the first born child is heard. There is nothing like imposition of somebody on another person. So there is no way we can be afraid of anybody coming to juxtapose himself. Me as a person, I'm never afraid of the Igbo man coming to juxtapose himself on me, because I'm very sure of the system that the Igbo runs. The Igbo man runs a republican system. And if we listen to the Radio Biafra, all that Oyendi has been talking about is egalitarian society, and that egalitarian society is the system of the Urobo kingdom, whereby every community is represented in the kingdom, every family is represented in the kingdom. If you visit every family in Urobo land, the structure you see there is what you see in Igbo land. We have what we call Ogwa in every family. What you call Obi in your Igbo land is what we call Ogwa, and that Ogwa is being administered by the eldest man in that family, which is called Opako Orwa, which you call maybe what do you call the senior man in Igbo land? What's that name again? Okpara. So what we have is Opako. So when Okpara. So all the political system that we see in different parts of Igbo land is the same. It's not strange. We are not strange to each other. The Igbo man is not strange to the Urobo man, and the Urobo man is not strange to the Igbo man or the Ibibio man. There is something I want to draw your attention. The what we call Biafra is a triangular landmarks. The Igbo in the north, the Urobo in the west, while the Ibibio in the east. It's a triangular shape. And each of, if you look at the etymology of this name, I listened to you when you were talking about the etymology of Igbo. And when you look at the various etymology in these various languages, you will connect all of them. Yes. Urobo ends with the word B-O. B-O. Ibibio ends with the word B-O. Igbo ends with the word B-O. Let us go and do our research. You will discover that God has got from heaven designed
Mazi, I'm loving you. I'm loving you. You're turning my head. You're turning my head. We are supposed to be issued certificates, different form of certificate in Radio Biafra University. Some of us are supposed to receive certificate of professor, certificate of PhD, certificate of master. Because we are studying, we cannot continue to study without certificate. We are planted. Don't worry. We'll tell Professor Jonathan. They should do something about it. Mazi, continue. Are you done?
Because of time and my battery is running down, I don't want to just go off.
God bless you. Mazi, you have spoken well. God will bless you. You just touched. I've done too many research. I don't even know if I have enough time to vomit all what I've done about Biafra. Now, I've discovered recently that Onyedu said we're going to evolve a language. It's going to be very smooth and easy to evolve a language. There are many things to say. They have the same etymological language similarities. So blending to evolve a language is going to be very smooth fast. Look at what we call God. You call God.
We are already blended. We are blended already. What is Obara in Urobo?
They only came to come and tear us apart, but they would not succeed.
Obara in Igbo. Obara in Urobo is blood. Oka in Urobo is gone.
So Oka in Urobo is gone. They see
Obara. Where is Obara? Jesus blood. Blood.
Obara Jesus. So they see we have this kind of similarity in language. To involve a language, all we don't need to do now is to get linguists. Get somebody that can speak Igbo, well, speak Yoruba. All of them will sit together and they'll pick words and margins. Like I was saying now, look at how they call God. Oh, God is Obase, Obase in Igbo. Calabar call it Abase. Benin call it Osanobua. Ishekiri call it.
We too, Urobo call it Osanobua. Osanobua. Okay, now Osanobua.
You see that closeness, that etymological closeness, and corollary. So it's very easy for us to involve a unique language, and we'll get there. Thank God Onyendu has already inculcated all that in our master plan. I planned reading out the master plan, the what's it called? This top Onyendu is the one like, but we'll do that another time. We're going to call it a day here. In 2 weeks' time, we convene. All of you that didn't speak, please don't be offended. You will happen to do that. What we did, I want to appreciate the HOD for this day. They made it possible. Mazi, Jonathan, Chinedu, you are an exceptional, wonderful person. And Elohim will bless you for us. You will see this Biafra we're talking of. You will be part of it. You will build Biafra. You will enjoy Biafra. You will die a Biafra. You will not labor a Biafra. So I appreciate all of you that made this program possible. All my friends from the Scandinavian, those of you here in Europe, those of you from, because a lot of people here now came from different countries of the world. Many of you that throw in request, you want to be part of it, please, it's not late. Those of you that have not vetted, have not interviewed you, have not added you to this to the platform I'm using, I will do that. Every Biafran that want to speak will come on. The only people I'm not allowing to come are the Igbo Biafrans here. Me, I represent Una. So all the other people from other places, all the Ikwere brethren, you will come. We only had one Ikwere today. No, we've not had Ikwere. Ikweres will come. All the people from Minyoma, Eka, you will come, please, next time. And then Asian people will have up to 5 Asians on the queue. You will come. All the people from Igede, people from Ado, that local government where they speak Igbo in Kogi State, you will come, please, next time. Agatu, Idoma, you will come on board. We're not forgetting anybody. So I don't know if I didn't mention your clan or your nation. Please don't be offended. We appreciate participants. We appreciate the HOD. We appreciate the HOD. We appreciate all the frontliners doing. We appreciate Mazi, my powerful. It is indeed powerful. God will bless all of you. God will bless the lawyers. God will bless our Onyendu. Like we said, we're not more interested in what happens in the courts. So anytime they blow whistle, everybody will get ready. If the whistle is blown before the next broadcast, so be it. Anytime we hear the whistle, everybody gets ready. I appreciate all of you. I remain Jesse I. Onyuku, your humble servant. God bless you. From me, it is good evening from here. Mazi Jonathan, God bless you, sir. Ndewo.
Ndewo Mazi Onyuku, and all the rest of you. You guys have done really great.
Thank you, sir.
I really appreciate what you did, and we learned. I hope that the Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world have learned a lot, because we learned from each other. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There one. Thank you. There one. Thank you. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, this is where we end the program. This is where we end the program. I hope that you've learned one thing or the other in the broadcast, and we must continue. Thank you for listening. As we always know that this is our rallying point. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our ideology, our identity. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, together with my host or guest today, it is simply good evening.